The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
In a world where Carolina Panthers fans have an insatiable thirst for Panthers news and opinions.
Panther fans unite! My name's Tony Dunn. Cody Lashney, how you doing? TK's in the house. How you doing, my friend? The Stat Daddy.
But I think Derek Brown, hey man, he deserves that dab on him pick.
Dab on him, Phil Snow. Dab on him.
All the same, yeah, 100%. We can just
Mine is going to go to the fullback. I'm going to dump on the Richie guy. Dab on him, Shaq.
I'm going to put the towel on Matt Rhule.
Y'all took all the good ones.
Only one postgame roars ferociously. It's the C3 Panthers postgame show.
These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of his country. But he that stands for it now deserves the love and thanks of all men and women. Tyranny like hell is not easily conquered, yet we have the consolation with us that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. And that triumph is not today, folks. The Carolina Panthers fall in what was a massacre, an expected massacre. Baker Mayfield continues to be a bum. No one on this team can do much good. And I think I can hear the peasants at the gate with the pitchforks calling for Matt Rhule's head. My name's Tony Dunn. It's the C3 Panthers podcast, and Cody Lashney. These are the times that try men's souls. That was a quote from old Thomas Paine's American Crisis. This is Panther Nation Crisis, and this is the C3 Panthers postgame.
Tony, I have to commend you. That was the best thing I've heard today. I really like that. You almost moved me to tears, man. Yeah. That got more of an emotional response out of me than these Carolina Panthers did, man. Listen, a lot of people are probably gonna get upset at your boy, but I think it's time to blow it up, man. I honestly do. I think Matt Rhule is out the door. You should probably expect news of him being fired. At least we hope and pray. But I honestly think it's time to do what the Buffalo Bills did. It's time to stack up on draft picks. And it's time to see what we can get for some of these players and finally build the team the right way, man. None of us envisioned that we would be a 1-4 football team when this is easily one of the better opening schedules that we've had in a long time. And this is a Panthers offense that is routinely inept by bad play calling and even worse quarterback play, Tony Dunn. It is absolutely unacceptable. But listen, we're here for the therapy session, man. For these people who tune in each and every Sunday to help vent and help feel a little bit better about what they saw. And we're here for them, and we're going to go ahead and do it for them. You already know who it is. It's our boys, Drew, C-Dog, what's up, bro? Dakota, Jared, Joey the Blind Panther Esquivel, Joshua Hall, Just Don't Care, Michael Davis, Leo Factor 1, Skunk 8 Mysteries, Rockhead 81, The Professional, Spooky Junksville, and Ty Hooks. Tony Dunn, ain't nothing to it but to do it, brother. Let's roll.
We encourage you to smash the thumbs up button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and call into the show at 252-228-5098. Bring your best call. We're going to do our best to try to play one call per phone number. So if you want to sneak in a second call, get a burner phone. And I bet you David Tepper's got a burner phone right now, and he's probably burner tweeter account saying, I don't know if he's going to be able to defend it. I'm at this point, Greg, is that Cody said, let's blow it up. Let's blow it up. I say this, people are going to be calling for Sam Darnold to start because he comes back from IR potentially. He's over there watching along, listening on a headset. I say no. Keep Baker in, keep Matt Rhule the coach, and look at that iceberg. Straight ahead. Keep going. Right at the rocks. Crash right into it. Greg, every chance we've had to potentially make a stand and get better or to change the hearts and minds of these downtrodden Panther fans, they have failed at every turn. And today, I don't even think was a surprising failure. I watched that game with no surprise. Last week was the week that I got upset. This week is where it just set in.
Yeah. Yeah, I fell asleep for like 6 minutes of this game.
Me too. At the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, and that's exactly when I fell asleep too.
Did
in the
we
second
miss
quarter.
a block kick? I think I missed a block kick. Somebody said that our defense blocked. Did we block a kick today?
I don't.
Dude, I think maybe at the end of the game. Dude, I'm
No, it was at
telling
the
you,
end
man,
of the second quarter. I fell asleep right at the end. It was like 4 minutes left.
Right into the third quarter, yeah. Okay, so look, what we should do is what Cody says. What we probably will do is what Tony says. Okay, because that's just the way this team goes. Look, there's only one thing that's reliable on this team every week, and I wish they'd make it at something on FanDuel you could, wager on. Is that on third down, it's almost a guarantee CJ Henderson's going to do something to give you the team a first down. Like that's almost a guarantee every week you're going to get at least one or two of those. That happened twice this week. Look, this team is just becoming unwatchable, and I think I tweeted out last week, keep Burns, keep Luvu, keep Chin, keep Horn, keep Brown. Get rid of everybody else. Get rid of everybody else. I'm at that point myself, too. I'm really glad I'm caught up at House of the Dragon, so I have something to look forward to tonight because it's been a horrible day watching football all day long. Carolina Panthers are terrible. Nothing else I can say about it.
We got to shout out this guy. Oh, King Ease. This one's for you.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. LMAO.
So
oh my god. LOL.
Lots of
Oh my
lettuce.
god.
You're so
Oh
funny.
my
So
God.
funny, bro. We've been doing this podcast for 10 years straight, bro. Like, we've been watching these damn games.
I'm almost
separate.
40. That's a
Come
Sunday
on.
nap for me. Yeah.
Come on,
Make
man.
the
I
game
fell
interesting,
asleep.
Panthers, then I won't fall asleep.
I mean, guys, we watched the game. It just lulled me into a coma.
But hey, Tony, you know whose comment is worth reading? Just don't care.
Oh, he
With
cares.
the $5 love ball. I love it because this dude definitely cares. He has the best name. He says, thanks for giving us the only Panthers content worth watching. Appreciate you, JDC. You're the man as always.
Yeah, it is. I think that we're going to hear this a lot going forward.
You know, between soccer, between the concerts, between football, to me, it's been tremendous to see the atmosphere.
Here comes.
See people coming out. So
even the guy that says
I'm happy
he even recognized it.
Fire Matt Rhule right now. I'm happy that everyone's out here. Our players work.
Fire Matt Rhule. You know what? I think is just the easy thing to say it right now. And it's just the thing. Like, I actually felt more passionate about firing Matt Rhule at the end of last season than I even do at this moment. It's just so bad at this point. Like, who does this? Is my point, is like anybody who's going to come on and say, hey, look, I'm actually going to be this guy and be like, look, Baker's a problem. CJ Henderson's a big problem.
Yeah.
The lack of just inability to put a complete game together is a problem. And Matt Rhule can't kick the field goals. He can't complete the passes. I understand those things. But at the end of the day, it's like we just need a purge at this point. It's election day, and it's time to purge. And I don't know if you guys just saw, I think it's a newer The Purge movie. I watched it just the other night. It's on Hulu, I think. And it's called Election Day. It's got a lot of good actors in it, actually, strangely, for a Purge movie. And they let you kill the politicians in this one. Like, they make a special rule. A Matt rule. Is that what they made? A Matt rule. It's like nobody is safe, man. No one's safe. And I got to say this. I want them all gone. I want something fresh. I want something new. Fitterer ain't a fit. Matt Rhule is a fool. Baker Mayfield is a bum, and let's not put Sam Darnold in and win a game.
No.
At this point, it's like, really, unless we're going to reel off 7 or 8 in a row, which is like the most optimistic, rose-colored glass.
You might as well believe in Santa.
Yes.
Right. And there's going to be fans too who are like, well, you're not pulling for it if you're not pulling for them to win. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, if we have a 5-12 season, you're not going to feel good about that. I don't give a shit what you say. You're not going to feel good about a 5-12 season.
You will feel good for one win where we don't cry.
Yeah.
That one Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
But other than that, we won't feel good.
We had that a couple weeks ago.
How about this? The Panthers, as of right now, hold the number 1 pick in the draft because the Texans were number 1.
Yeah,
the Texans won. They beat Jacksonville,
and they have a tie too, which helps out because a tie is better than a loss. So that
So look, the Panthers are tanking without even having to try, dude. Normally we're like, oh, do we need to try and tank? Or, oh,
nah,
never
that's
tank.
why I say keep in Baker.
The Panthers are on the right path, and look, I think me and Greg deserve a little time to flex tonight. Greg deserves some time to flex on one, Matt Rhule, because he was right before everyone else that Matt Rhule absolutely sucks. I know Greg's going to go off on CJ Henderson tonight, and I can't wait to hear it. But you know what? I was right about Baker. I said this dude and him and Sam Darnold, they were fucking ditto, but Sam was actually a better runner of the football. He's got a better frame, probably has a better arm. But you notice how whenever the Panthers are driving, trying to come back into the game, that's when Baker throws his worst interceptions. So where's the difference? Everyone told me there was a difference between Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. Dude, they're both ass. They're the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. We got the worst quarterbacks from the 2018 draft. And David Tepper is spinning his wheels right now, man. And they deserve it. They deserve every bit of it for what they're putting this fan base through, for what they're putting. Dude, that stadium today had so much red. Dude, it was like the Red Sea. Moses could have parted that thing. It was ridiculous, man. There's no culture. There's no fight from the ownership, from the coaches, from our team. Dude, it's time to start trading away players and rebuild this team in the right way, like Brandon Beane did up there with the Buffalo Bills.
Cody, you ever seen the movie Major League?
I have. It's been a long time.
We're similar to that now. This is like the football franchise for Major League.
Like you're gonna have that. What's that? Anushtu or whatever is our new play-by-play commentator is just gonna be getting hammered in the. He's gonna be like, "What is that? There's a cool show. What is it called? It's like on one of those strange side streaming like Crackle, but it's not Crackle. And the guy is a play-by-play dude for minor leagues, and then he goes up to the bigs, and he's just like the most controversial drunk. God, what is it? That's what we need right now to keep this entertaining.
Yeah.
You got us, though, folks. You got us. Look, I got this couch ready for you. It's the therapy couch. It's the C3 therapy couch. We've got how many more games? 13?
12
more weeks of this. Look, is we want to get your thoughts on it. 252-228-5098. Is it time to blow it up? Is it time to tank? Are we tanking by default? Do you just want to steer it into the rocks? And at this point, should we be selling? Should we be selling DJ Moore? Should we be selling Christian McCaffrey? Should we be selling? I don't know. Who else would you sell at this point? Frankie Louvu.
Robbie Anderson.
Yeah.
You're Robbie Anderson.
Who's going to want Robbie
Brian Burns. Brian Burns. It's the time you could get something for him.
Yeah.
Right now.
Christian McCaffrey is trade player number 1 because he still has value. Christian had a great game today. And look, to everyone that gets mad when I start talking about trading players, look, this is not what I wanted to be doing. I didn't want to be talking about trading Christian McCaffrey or any of these players. So don't come down on me that David Tepper and Matt Rhule don't know how to build a fucking football team. The simple fact of the matter is the Panthers did it wrong. And it doesn't have to be a 5-year rebuild, but you need to get draft picks for this time. If the Carolina Panthers are picking number 1 and we have a shot at CJ Stroud, dude, why would you not want every single asset to you to put every bit of talent around this young new quarterback that we're going to have and a brand new coaching staff that we're going to have? I'm telling you, man, we have to build this the right way. And before the game today, I was watching Tony Romo commentate the Bills game, and he was talking about just that. Brandon Beane coming from Carolina to Buffalo did whatever he had to do to get the quarterback on the roster. They traded away players that Buffalo Bills fans didn't want to get rid of, but they did it anyway. And then they moved up to 12, then ultimately number 7 to get their quarterback of the future. And look at them now, man. They are the odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl with a former Panthers coach and a former Panthers GM. The game plan has been laid out, and it's time for the Panthers to do what we know that we must.
You can't handle the truth.
I tell you one thing is to the people who get upset when I say these names like Brian Burns or Frankie Louvu, I'm naming the good players for a reason, right? The good players are the only ones that people want. You think you're going to trade? We're the only fools that trade for bad players. We're the only team in the league that trades for Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield, right? Or CJ Henderson. What I'm trying to tell you is that when Cody says build the right way, is that we can continue to tell ourselves that this is a good team, that there's more talent on this team than the wins accumulate, but they're just not there. And so I almost just want to give the next regime the freedom, the latitude to do it the way they believe is the correct way, instead of continuing to be teased with the idea that we're pretty close. Now, maybe you just want to say that. Maybe you want to say, hey, Matt Rhule's the problem and the quarterback's the problem. We extract those, addition by subtraction, put in some new people, and all of a sudden we're significantly better. Potentially that's the case, but then you got to start thinking, do we pay Brian Burns? Can we afford to pay him? Do we, will the salaries of Christian McCaffrey, of DJ Moore, of Robbie Anderson weigh us down? And what point will their trade value be any higher is kind of another question. I almost wonder if I think the other reason I say Brian Burns is because I actually think he has the most value on our team. I think that to another team, he is even more alluring than Christian McCaffrey at this point.
Yeah, and the thing that makes that hard is because we already lost Hassan Reddick. So literally, Brian Burns is our only consistent pass rush of getting after the quarterback. I mean, I would not want to lose Brian Burns. Ideally, I would like to keep Brian Burns, Jeremy Chin, and J.C. Horn if necessary. But literally every other player, how about this? I'll throw Taylor Moton in there. Taylor Moton can go too. I'll put Brady Christensen at right tackle. Let Icky play left if that's where he's going to be. And I'd fix that guard position with – you could put a bunch of different people at guard, I feel like, on this team and be successful. And Christensen is still better suited to be a tackle anyway. So, dude, to me, a lot of these players on offense you can trade. And I think Christian McCaffrey right now, this season, it would be the best time to get the most value for him.
Yeah. I think that it depends on what team you're talking about trading with as to who's the most valuable. Like Brian Burns may be in most situations, but like look at a team like Buffalo, a high-powered offense that needs a running back, like needs a good running back. Christian McCaffrey would be way more valuable to them.
What you have to do is find a team that needs that piece desperately.
All right.
I don't know if you guys remember, but in our 2015 season, what was the defensive end that suffered an injury and we went out and got Jared Allen? We added a veteran pass rusher, a guy that came in from the Vikings, who's a Hall of Famer, honestly.
Yeah.
And we added him, and he put our defense to the next level. So you're right. For Buffalo, that's a running back. But for, I don't know, maybe another team, we'd have to go down the list of people in the ones that are competitors that need to get better right at the right moment. Maybe like the Chiefs or something to that effect, where you say, hey, we add this. Now, look, we like Brian Burns. In fact, I think the other thing of it is Brian Burns is having his best season right now.
Mhm.
I think arguably, and maybe not his best season. He's had 2 sacks in the last 2 weeks. He's back to form. He had a bunch of tackles for loss last week. He was involved a lot today. And the defense played tough today. But here's the thing, is even the defense can't get the pass, guys, because nothing can go right at every place. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing that's been the problem with Baker is like, yes, you could say, oh, well, he's been under duress at times, which I don't believe is the case, really. You could say guys drop passes. Look, even Christian McCaffrey dropped an easy pass at the end of the game today. But here's the thing is, like, when everything is right, he then makes a mistake. Even with this defense, the defense was playing fantastic all day, and then C.J. Henderson, again, and I think that pass interference was weak. I think that was a weak-ass call. We got screwed a little bit, but I'm not going to even blame that. When we need the third down stop the most, we don't get it. When we need a completed pass the most, we don't get it. When we need to find some momentum, we throw a pick six. You know, it's just nothing can go right, and I just feel like it's time to burn the bodies and get rid of the disease. I don't know. I mean, I like these guys. I don't want Brian, but Brian Burns is going to get paid. He's going to get paid. And will he even want to sign back with us? Think about that.
Yeah, that's a great point. And look, Tony, that's a fantastic point, because this is something that the Panthers always learned the hard way, is that you have to get value for your players while you still can. So what would you rather have? Would you rather trade some players and get assets for those players, or let them walk out of the door in free agency like we did Curtis Samuel? I wanted to trade Curtis Samuel way before we just let him walk in free agency. And I mean, again, look what happened. And so another thing, that one of the reasons why I mentioned the offense, like the receivers and running back, is because those positions are so easily replaced in the draft. Now, I'm not looking to just outright get rid of DJ Moore, but I'm telling you that it's easier to replace DJ Moore than it is to replace, say, a Brian Burns, or if Jesse Horn turns out to be a shutdown corner, which I think he has been looking like that. Sadly, he's hurt right now.
Oh, again.
Yeah,
Dude,
he's hurt right now.
Is he limping off? Is it the foot? Does anybody have any intel
They
on
said
this?
it was the hamstring. I thought they said.
I will look while we do this. White Chocolate Espresso says if you're getting Stroud, then keep CMC. He's the ultimate security blanket. This team is a quarterback and head coach away. Trade Moten and put Brady Christensen at right tackle. Kevin, he has brought me over. Your bastard son, Tony, has brought me over to his argument. I agree with that. I think, it would clear some salary cap space, and I think Christensen can do it. And then I found this. This was just sent to me by Panther Pickle. He said from late Friday night, this is from Pro Football Talk, now hearing it's a matter of when, not if, for Rhule to be out in Carolina. The benefit of doing it sooner than later is that Rhule ends up in a play for a college job, reducing the buyout. Time to rip the Band-Aid off, huh?
You know what? I don't even care about the buyout. Fuck David Tepper and his money right now. I hope he eats this shit. If I'm Matt Rhule, and who did this? Oh, Steve Logan did this for the ECU Pirates a long time ago. One of our best coaches in history. And this fucking AD ruined our program and fired Steve Logan, who, by the way, is like a quarterback guru. I wanted him to be Cam's quarterback coach so much. His clause was like, if he took another job anywhere in the next season, like, they didn't have to pay him. This mug intentionally turned down jobs to fuck ECU on purpose. He's like, I'm taking my $5 million free dollars, y'all dumbasses. Yeah. I want David Tepper to feel the pain. Look out that stadium, man. Look at that stadium.
Embarrassing.
It is, and I'm telling you, I think that this is worse than 2010. And the reason I think it's worse than 2010 is we didn't have any talent on that 2010 roster. Right. None. I feel like there are teams we've had less talented teams in Panther history that have done far better than this.
And that comes down to coaching.
They're unprepared at every level. I think maybe, if anything, I would say this is Hecker is the only that Mo. Did you see that punt he had? It was like 80 yards today. Jesus,
Dude, Hector's the best player. He's the best player on our team.
MVP.
He is the best player on our
MVP.
team. Him and Brian Burns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so a lot of things are, I want Tepper to feel the pain. I hope they're going to listen to this podcast later on. The number's 252-228-5090. Let's just go over a couple of stats, and then we're going to get into the cat calls. We want you to be a part of it. What do we need to do? Where should our anger be focused? Is this a good thing? I almost feel like look, this win, if we would have won this game, it could have been an important pivot point to turning something around. Right? Like there's two kind of things is like you could overcome at this point. You could say, man, we're going to put that pass behind us. We beat a good team in a tough situation. Baker Mayfield had a good game and this and that, but we didn't. So it feels more like a nail in the coffin in so many ways than it would have been an opportunity had we won. And you got to just continue as each loss piles up. You got to figure out are we left for dead? Are we dead to rights, or do we need to keep pounding, keep fighting? And I know those players are going to be playing hard regardless. Jimmy G, 18 for 30, 253 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns. Kittle had they really had no receiver. They just got it done everywhere. Thank you, Deebo Samuel, for dropping that pass. He still wouldn't have gotten his 5 catches I needed. I got beat up on some prize picks because Aaron Rodgers couldn't get his 225 yards passing as the New York Giants moved to 4-1, and the Panthers moved to 1-4. Let's see if there are any other important stats. Christian McCaffrey, 7 catches, 50 yards. He had a touchdown on the ground today. Baker, 20 for 36, 215 yards. He was sacked 4 times. 1 pick 6 was a dagger. Christian McCaffrey, 14 carries for 54 yards, averaged 3.9 yards a carry, had a 19-yard carry. He was effective, and you know what? It looked like McAdoo was actually probably calling his best game of season. He does love to run up the middle, and sometimes we saw Deontay Foreman sighting. And this, you know what was awesome is we put Christian McCaffrey out with the receivers and then put Foreman there, and we ran it with Foreman. It helped. It helped, like Christian McCaffrey pulling people away from the line. On defense, did we have any? The Panthers were 3 for 15 on 3rd down. Oh, listen to this. The 49ers went 7 for 12 on 3rd down, 58%. That's not a good stat to have there. The Carolina Panthers, just a tough day. I don't even know, who on the defense did much of anything? 1 sack for Damian Wilson, 1 sack for Brian Burns, and other than that, quiet day. So the Carolina Panthers fall to 1-4 to the San Francisco 49ers. A good team. San Francisco 49ers are a good team, and I told you we did not match up well against them because they're a team that can run the ball effectively. That's generally our weakest spot on defense. And their defense, these guys are wild on defense, man. They were all over our best players all the time. I do think Baker Mayfield should have gotten a roughing the passer call when he slid and got hit at one point. Could have helped us extend a drive in the 4th. But what is something good to take away from this game? Is there anything other than some solidarity? Do we have some Matt Rhule press conference?
Let's hear you want that?
Yeah, let's hear what he's got to say. I mean, I'm not going to feel sorry. $63 million. Remind yourself, folks.
We're going to take the score, extend the game. There was no debate about that with the analytics guy or anything.
You seemed somewhat optimistic on Friday that Frankie and Xavier would be all right for this game. Was there something late, and how difficult is it to lose 2 guys of that caliber an hour and a half before the game?
Yeah, this morning I woke up thinking they were going to probably play, thinking they had a chance to, but we worked them out. They weren't good to go. It's a long season. We don't want guys, hurting themselves. We kind of, Laviska went last week and got banged up. decision was made that they couldn't go. So, you guys asked me all week. We kind of hoped that Xavier would be able to play, but it looked like Justin Burris did some good things. I think early in the first half, the tail was we brought some pressure, some man
Justin
pressures,
Burris,
and
really?
made a couple great catches. They just kind of went up over top of
He's
guys,
a veteran.
Plays, and so
he sucks.
I thought like Miles and those guys filled in admirably. Obviously
He's not bad.
Which is a big
He
deal,
sucks.
But hopefully our guys played really well when you watch the tape.
You said this week that you guys' offense just needs to get a little bit better. You felt like you were close. After this game and the totality of the last 12 games, do you feel like just getting a little bit better isn't doing it justice to what you guys do need to do? Do you feel like it needs to be more of a complete overhaul in how you're doing things entirely?
Yeah, again, hopefully you can respect this. It's hard for me to talk about last year because Ben wasn't here, right? Baker wasn't here. So I just try to focus on right now. We knew, a lot of credit to them. This is the number one defense in the league. They're holding people to 9, 10, 11. I thought we drove the first one down there. We wanted to play it. We thought our defense would hold us in it. We wanted to take points when we had a chance, especially early. Unfortunately, we missed the field goal. Got in the end zone. It's hard. We're not going to win.
It's like, I'm almost out the door, y'all. I don't know what to say.
What can he say? Really?
I got 1 foot out the door, y'all.
Total overhaul. I don't know that that's the answer. Like I said, these guys last week they got after the Rams. They had 7 sacks. We knew it was going to be a challenge. I thought we held up protection early, late, kind of get after us. But I think
Line played well today. I thought
improve each player. I think this was a tough game for a couple guys up front.
O-line?
Yeah,
I think they've been playing well. They had some penalties, but for the most part, we did the job.
On the field, so a couple of guys stepped up.
Baker is just terrible.
A ton of plays, so
awful.
It's hard for me to say much more other than until I watch the tape. And I respect the question. I completely understand the question, but it's hard for me to say much without watching it.
Yeah, sitting at 1-4.
That watching you just
especially with all the home games. What frustrates you the most? What's most pointing to your?
What frustrates you the most? What's a question?
Losing, bitch.
Just to talk about this game, I believe. I believe it had a chance to be closer than it was. I think the pick 6, and then I think our defense kind of hung in there. Just a couple plays late, in that third quarter. I thought, that 4th and 4, I thought was really, really a big deal.
Just don't care. $5. Coach is a bum. Nothing it says matters.
There's a penalty. If we win that 4th down, it's a whole different game to me. So, I just feel like we're better than we've shown. I know it's how I feel. But
we're better than we've shown.
That's how I feel.
It's like my wife. This is me talking to my wife. She's like, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's the way I feel.
Yeah.
Like, shut the.
Do you notice?
Yeah, what a bumbling
crowd
fucking
and
idiot.
Things like the disparity with fans and things of that nature from your vantage point.
I don't pay attention to that.
To the fans, I don't pay attention to the fans.
To the game. Obviously, San Francisco travels well. We knew that, but we didn't have to use silent count or anything like that. I know some teams have played them, have had to. I was just focused on the game.
Scrunch face. Here comes the scrunch face.
I don't think it had an impact.
The locker rooms, at least entering this week, seem to be solid, seem to be on the same page. What do you say to them after a loss like this?
That it's not good enough and we have to get better. But you always stick together in life. Who you are in these moments is who you are. But there shouldn't be a happy-go-lucky locker room. It should be a hey, this has to change type of a deal. Right?
Yeah.
And I think I would never confuse like them kind of sticking together with them also wanting to improve and win. There's a lot of guys there that are proud and they want to win. And
silent count at home.
So like with the Rams.
Yeah.
Christian and so many more that they will continue to battle. But there's no debating that they know, and that locker room knows that score isn't good enough. Even at the end, on 4th and 10, we're never going to quit. I hate to put the defense out there with the ball.
Sure looks like
you quit. It was at the 2-yard line, but we're never going to not try to win. Like at the very end. And but yeah, I think the guys they'll always stick together. I hope.
I know you have mentioned about this being a separate year, but I think this is now 11 losses in 12 games. Have you got any assurances from David Tepper about your future?
Just straight up asking him about it.
I'm here to talk about the game. I've always been very forthright with you guys. So, I have nothing to say about that now.
Yeah, see my contract, bitch. That's what I
I've
would
always
say.
been very forthright, but I don't want to talk about this. It was just not being very forthright.
I think it's now about 27 losses when the team scores 17 points on you guys. How do you keep guys from, I guess, dwelling on that too much and continue team to feel like there's a chance to win games like this?
Ping pong table, dude.
Come in and watch the tape tomorrow and see what happened. See what we can improve upon.
Drink.
These guys all want to win. They also want to play well, at their own position. So to me, it's about having really good assistant coaches to coach them and help them be better at their craft, each guy, and what they can do better. Show them the mistakes, show them the opportunities, and just try to get through this this hurt of this game and get to next week and try to go win one next week. So.
How do you deal with the pressure, this loss? Well, I go back, I don't watch the tape, I just look at my bank account and go, "Ha, you poor ass bitches."
Exactly. I don't feel
for a
bad.
phone call from a college team. He's like, as soon as I hear from them, then I'll let you know what my future sounds like.
Thoughts, excuse me, on Blackshear's performance first time as a Panther?
Yeah, he's been really good in practice, and it's always fun to see a young guy who looks better in the game than he does in practice.
Who's
That's
that?
when he benches Baker.
Is he talking about Terrace
I can't
Marshall
remember who
Jr.?
asked me. I think you did. I think about his role. I think he's a guy that you'll continue to see his role
I didn't hear they said.
amplified because
I think he's talking Terrace Marshall Jr.
Obviously in a start to the season that we don't like in terms of the record and all that. I think
He had a catch, so like 10 more in the season high.
Yeah, he said he looks better in the game than he looks in
Blackshear has
practice.
been a bright spot. And I think once you kind of get all those guys mixed in.
Matt Rhule
guys that
will
we already
dish
have
out
established
some
playmakers, we have
criticism
an
like a
offense team shot that play.
motherfucker, and then you'd be
They
like,
see a
"Oh,
lot of good
I'm
things.
1 in
So that was a
27.
total change
Let's
of
not
pace.
talk about it."
Yeah, exactly, dude. He's such a
Maybe you can do some more stuff.
punk.
You're better. Look, Matt Rhule is better in practice than in the game.
I'm gonna leave this in the background in case Baker pops up.
Okay. All right. Look, we need to get to some calls. We got a lot to talk about. I know you guys got a lot you got a lot to say. Look, 350 people watching. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Get in the conversation. 252-228-5098. Is firing Matt Rhule too hard? Is this? I mean, I don't think that's really even. I can't believe those questions even came out. That statement came out of my mouth. But at the end of the day, what do? Does that make it better? Does it make it worse? Do we steer this into the rocks? Do we hope for more? How do we lock arms? And Panther fans, how do we unite? Do we unite or disdain? We need to know. The number's 252-228-5098. Cody, let's go into some cat calls.
That sounds like a good idea, man. Let's listen to what the people have to say.
So what are your thoughts on catcalling?
Yeah, it's pretty. You shouldn't do that to somebody.
And how did that make you feel?
Very uncomfortable.
So how do you think catcalling makes the person feel?
It feels good, like.
Who's that cat sitting in the back corner with his face buried in his nose? Who's that kid that can use one?
Nothing. Why is it not connecting to the blue?
We lost a lot of people today.
I heard.
Yeah, hi, this is Raleigh. I am a long-time listener. I think first time calling in. But anyways, we lost a lot of people today. It looks like Christian McCaffrey's lost kind of a step. A split second. J.C. Horn was hurt. Mayfield was hurt. DJ Moore looked like he was hurt at the end of the game, like pretty bad, like wrist broken bad. And I don't know how this can get much worse. Sam Darnold is not the answer. P.J. Walker would be a hell.
He'd be terrible too.
We don't have the answer on the roster.
All right, man. Appreciate the call. No, you're right. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what you guys got to say.
CJ Stroud season, baby.
Like, I'm spending more time working than wanting to watch these Panther games. Ken, the boy, became a fan last Sunday. D3 family. It's a dark day in Charlotte, the Queen City. Yep. And my question to everyone is, even if we got the first pick in the draft, who would we get? We have Matt Corral, who's injured. We have no idea what we have there. I mean, who do you think that we should pick up? Because we can't get another quarterback, supposedly, because unless they're a generational talent, But that's my question. You know, something to not talk about the game and something we can talk about that may be positive for our future. Keep pounding. Much love.
I got to disagree with one thing is I think there's no choice but to get a quarterback. Like, it's unfortunate for Matt Corral, but it's too much ifs and buts, and you need to just commit. And you got to commit with a regime that believes in that guy, that doesn't hope in that guy. You know, and it's time to just go ahead, bring in a first-round quarterback in the first pick. You get your guy, you get the 5 years out of him. You get a new GM and a new coach who lock arms together and pick that guy. Who is that guy, Cody Lashney?
And right now, it's CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud is the odds-on.
Is he the Ohio guy?
Yes, he is, man. 6'3", 230 pounds, cannon for an arm, mobile. And listen, this is what I really want you to do. Go and listen to this young man's interviews. Listen to him talk about football. Listen to how his teammates rally around him. CJ Stroud is the real deal, man. Now, obviously, there's still some games left to be played. A lot of people like Bryce Young, but I mean, I think Bryce Young is another short quarterback whose frame isn't quite big enough to fully stay healthy in the NFL. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm tired of rolling the dice on quarterbacks that have below average physical talent. And regardless, Bryce is one of those people. He's going to need a good team around him to be successful. Now, that's true for everyone. But remember that 2018 draft that we were talking about just a little while ago, which, by the way, the Panthers have both Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold from that draft. But look at what happened. The two guys with the biggest physical upside, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, who both had many flaws coming out of college. They had many flaws to their game, but yet they were able to overcome it because of the special physical traits that they had. Look, it's time to get that prototype quarterback that comes with having the number 1 overall pick. If that's what we're looking at, then right now CJ Stroud is that guy.
Being a baller is important, though. Next call.
What's up, C3? This is Anthony at halftime. We need to fire Matt Rhule. I've seen enough. It's so bad. It's so bad. Fire Matt Rhule and keep pounding.
Fire Matt Rhule.
You know, between soccer,
Fire Matt Rhule. All right, let's see. We got Corey here, and he got a good call. I can see the transcript a little bit, and there are some stars in it.
Look good, fellas. It's Corey calling in. It's currently halftime. And I usually don't get my calls during the game or anything like that, but I don't know. I had to get my shit off. It's funny because I was literally, before that last pick six, Carolina got the ball like a minute left. I was about to head out of the house, but I'm like, it's halftime. There's a minute left. Carolina offense ain't gonna do nothing. I stuck around and, almost missed a touchdown for the other team. Bum ass Baker Mayfield decided that, he's gonna guarantee we're gonna lose the game today because, we get 17 points scored on this, it's over. But shout out to Mayor Mosley, man, 336, he's from the crib, played against my high school, he was a quarterback, he busted our ass. So now he's just, busting ass in a completely different way. But yeah, man, Baker, he's a bum, and I genuinely don't like this motherfucker, and I ain't never been, when it comes to Panthers players, or really just athletes in general, I will, slander somebody's ability and, tell them that they're mid or, whatever. But I don't usually like to, I don't usually just personally dislike players. But I don't like Baker, man. And, I see, all the press conferences and shit that's coming out now, and, you can see why people don't like him. It's he's not just a bum. This nigga's a sensitive bum. He's a defensive bum. When the reporter asked him, are you guys doing any drills or any practices to kind of negate the batted balls? And this motherfucker wants to come back with well, if you got any drills, let me know. If you bro, stop talking like you're an elite court. We're not the ones getting the balls batted down, motherfucker. You're the one who's getting the balls batted down, and it ain't happening to nobody else in the league the amount of times it's happening to you. Like, don't sit here and, get defensive on the reporters or say, when we turn it around, it's going to be just us in the locker room. Like, we don't care about the fans. Like, motherfucker, you're not going to turn it around. Like, your statistical peers are Davis Mills and Justin Fields. Like, you're in year 4 making double pump passes, overthrowing people, pick six. Like you're not that guy. Like, you need to. He needs to start like talking and acting like he's in the situation that he's in. You're a number 1 overall pick whose team gave up on you, and the only team in the league who wanted you was somebody. The team who cannot get the quarterback right. Like, nobody wanted you, bro. Like, he really needs to humble himself. This is really just a Baker Mayfield slander call. I got to get my shit off. I'm about to run out of time, but keep pounding into 2020, whatever. We get a new quarterback that can actually fucking win us some games, man. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate it.
Everything he says is right.
Josh Mantienzo, check your DMs, please, in Twitter, and get back with the person, and we'll get those tickets away, or at least try to get them away by Tuesday. We've got a good old Panther faithful fan who is getting married and upgraded his tickets. Poor guy. Had to get his, I guess he's taking some of his wedding party to the Thursday night football game. So he's decided to give away his tickets to the Thursday night football game, his PSL tickets, to a Panther faithful fan. We need a fan that's going to go there and say,
between
that's what you got to do. You got to say, we love C3. Fire Matt Rhule. Baker, you're a bum. You're a bum.
He's so bad.
Can I bring one thing up that actually they're talking about in the chat room right now? And whenever I went and met Sean at the Vintage Sofa Bar in Winston, C3 fan the other day, he was talking about it too. Lamar Jackson's probably going to be a free agent next year. Or there's a chance he's going to be a free agent next year.
You're also paying him the kind of contract that you paid that Deshaun.
Yeah, but who cares? You were going to do that for Deshaun Watson.
But you're going to end up doing that. If you're going to have a franchise quarterback at some point in time, you're going to end up doing that anyway. It's just the way it is. If you're going to keep the guy for so many years, you're going to do that anyway.
It's not It's not like paying a guy like Baker. You're paying a commodity that, in fact, I will pay the money. That's easier than trading all of that and paying the money.
Well, if we got the number 1 pick, okay, and well, actually, we don't have to worry about it because we don't have to trade for him. He's a free agent next year if they don't pick him up. So if he
fully guaranteed. They can still tag.
He has to sign the tag though, doesn't he?
Yeah, but
we can get franchise tag.
He's not going to not sign it though.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, let's see if we can get CK in here. Let's see. I know he's on the phone. CK in the house. Hey, brother, man.
No echo, right?
No, we're good.
Hell yeah, dude. How's it going, boys?
Are you in the car on your way back?
Yeah, on the way back now. Yes, sir.
I'm sure traffic is light at this point because there was nobody there at the game.
It certainly felt like there was not a tremendous amount of Panther support in the building while I was there. It was quite depressing. But here's the thing that was pretty interesting. There were it was packed out with 49ers fans, and a guy's been sitting behind us in the second row, paid $125 for their seats.
In the second row? Wow.
In the second row.
Wow.
We're talking to, they had a couple of buddies who bought them on the 50. Yeah, bought them on the 50-yard line. They weren't on the first or second row, but they were still in the 100s, paid $75 a piece.
Wow.
This is 2010 all over again. This is what happened. In 2010, I sat in that 33 or 34-3 loss against the Saints. I sat on the 45-yard line, 4 rows back in the on the opposing side, but it's still Bank of America, $45 a ticket. I got a taste of the front row life, and I was like, oh, I can never sit back up top again. We get every year, it just climbed up. 2012, I paid $250 a ticket to see Cam Newton and Peyton Manning. Ugh. So I'm glad that Panther fans aren't spending a lot. In fact, I saw $16 a ticket last for this game in the upper deck. CK, tell us a little bit about the environment there today.
Dude, it was so sad. I sent a video of all the players going into the locker room at the end of the game. And there were some unruly Panthers fans telling Matt Rhule that he sucked and Baker Mayfield that he sucked. It got one of our, I can't remember which player. You guys would have to look and see whoever's running in behind Baker. He was eyeing the fuck out of those fans who were just yelling that shit, dude. It was like I was expecting there to be about to be a fight. The dudes were like, "You ain't gonna do nothing."
Ooh,
fucking dude! I have never been to a Panthers game and felt the energy as negative as it was there. And it certainly didn't help that there was the majority of the people were 49ers fans. And I'll tell you this, there was more blue than red, but it was the seats.
That's what Joe Person said too. And an empty stadium. That's even more upsetting. Look, is the San Francisco 49ers are like one of those old school teams. A lot of success in the 80s and the 90s before the Panthers existed. I know the co-founder of C3, Joe Riolano, before the Panthers existed, was a San Francisco 49ers fan. And then when the Panthers came about, he said, I'm, going my home team now. But so there's that legacy factor to the 49ers. So you expect them to travel well when it comes to like just kind of the Panther, the Skins or the Commanders fans, the Green Bay fans, right? Is they have that. But the story is not them showing up. It's the Panthers fans not caring. Cody, I'm talking about the one he sent on Twitter. He sent that last video. Let's see if we can pull up that last video where these fans are booing Baker Mayfield or letting him have it.
It's about 2 minutes. You might have to
skip
scroll about a minute into it.
Yeah, so let's
Matt Rhule.
All right.
Yeah, Matt Rhule went in first, and then it was Baker Mayfield after, and that's the order.
CK is our on-field correspondent for this game. Did Christian McCaffrey's touchdown come in your end zone?
It did not.
Dang it.
Yeah, the only one that was there was one 49ers, I think, touchdown that was in our end zone. And then there was another there at the end when PJ Walker was in and he threw that ball into the end zone with DJ Moore clearly not being on the same page with him. That was in our end zone, but
it's not gonna let me go full screen. Not in the DM.
Okay.
So all I can do is get it to right there. All right, let me move the comment. Oh shit!
I got it.
You said it's at the end, CK?
Said jump ahead.
It might be about a minute in.
There's Derek Brown. Everybody say sorry to Derek Brown if you hated on him. Oh, here's Rob. Is that Robbie?
Let me rewind a little bit to this. We'll go to a minute. Yeah, Mayfield's coming up.
Look at this downtrodden team right here.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey doesn't even care. He's like, I just got to get in that. Give me my Copa. My Mea Copa.
Did I pass it, CK?
What's that?
What's that?
Did I pass the part you're talking about?
No, I think it's probably coming up right.
No, I think you heard Matt Rhule's.
Yeah.
It was right after Derek Brown, I thought Matt Rhule did.
Yeah, did you say they had one for Baker?
And then Baker was after Matt Rhule.
Yeah,
Here comes Robbie. Look at Robbie looking like a dummy.
Yeah, we saw Robbie Anderson go by.
Wait, there's Derek Brown right there. So here we go. We're probably looking for Matt Rhule about here.
Yeah, they said, Matt Rhule, you suck. Wow, that's embarrassing, man.
Baker's after that.
Here, is that him? Nope, that's not him. This is terrible.
Went first. Baker in a boot who just said he's getting an MRI. You don't want to hear Baker
There he
Mayfield?
is. There he is. There's Baker right there.
All right. $75.
Baker, you suck.
All right, man. Well, you know what? That's the kind of sentiment that Carolina Panther fans.
Do y'all want to hear from you really
Baker?
have to. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I want to hear from Baker. Let's go to the podium. Baker Mayfield in the boot.
Work all week. Not on Sundays. You got to make the plays that are there. And have to take advantage of the ones and some of those plays that we have.
Do you have a sense why it's not translating?
I don't.
No.
I think I need to continue to look at the tape and
look at the tape, dude.
Drink.
To see if it's
look at the tape, dude.
or mental, not being able to produce on Sundays or and that translating. So I think there's a lot of details to be ironed out and a lot of things, like I said, to get fixed. But that's why it's so frustrating.
What's the pressure like for you? I mean, the mental side of it. You know, I mean, this guy, you accomplished so much, Heisman Trophy, obviously. But then you're hearing this.
How does it feel to suck now? That's what he's saying.
How are you feeling
Yeah.
mentally with everything right now?
Did you question my job? Because I'm not. I'm confident with where I'm at. Haven't played well enough, obviously.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Dude, quit with the fucking attitude, bro.
We have to get it fixed. That's
You
how I'm wired.
suck.
I mean, that guy did ask him kind of a question, asking for an smart ass
Who gives
answer.
this shit, man? Like, quit with the attitude.
He played 2 throws over 30 yards when the game was still in reach. Is that something you kind of wish you did more? Downfield aggression in this game?
No, I mean they came out and played a lot of man coverage. Gave us, they presented us those opportunities. So
All right, get
those
this
things
bum off of
like I
my.
said, those opportunities.
Yeah,
are there.
dude,
We
he's
need
such
to
a
do it.
dick,
a
man.
fool, and don't I know it?
He's a fool, and don't we know it? We are the fools. I'm telling you, man, I got to stop getting conned on this shit. I've been conned too many times to believe in this anymore. I got conned with damn Sam Darnold. I got conned with Baker Mayfield. I got conned with Russell Wilson going to Denver. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to base my whole fantasy football strategy around Russell Wilson. And you know what? I'm changing allegiances in states, folks. I'm going to Missouri. I'm now from the show me state. Show me before I believe. Show me before I believe. Come on, Carolina. Get me someone to believe in. I need my Cam back. And I don't want him in the uniform. I need that guiding light in my life. Someone who I will live and die for. You know, I was saying this. I was listening to, this is sad, I've been listening. I was doing some research for the Friday free-for-all, for today's post game, some of the shorts that I've been making. So I've been listening to some 49ers podcasts. I also was listening to some radio guys about the Tulane Green Wave that stomped my ECU Pirates yesterday. And the one common thing I found among these fans and really even the reporters was a level of excitement in their team. There was a belief in their team that they had something special. The guys in San Francisco were talking that we're just gushing about this defense. We're just so excited for this defense to get out on the field. And I realized that myself is that I'm like shell-shocked and PTSD as a Panther fan to where I don't want to get excited. I don't have excitement. That's what Cam gave me, was excitement, belief, hope. Isn't that a Superman thing?
It is, man. And it's a superhero thing. This guy's not a superhero. He's a pedestrian. He's a pedestrian. And dude, I'm telling you, I don't care if the questions are fair or unfair. Quit giving attitude like you're anything else other than dog shit. Because that's what Baker Mayfield is. That's how he plays. Honestly, that's how he's always. When he went to the playoffs, it was a good Cleveland Brown team that took his ass there. Just like I said before the season, dude. Baker Mayfield absolutely sucks, man. And every time he cops an attitude, dude, I want to smack him across his face, dude. It's like, shut up. Quit complaining,
Now,
dude.
you guys saw a lot more than I did, so I'll leave that judgment up to you. But outside of that pick six, from the stands, it looked like Baker wasn't the biggest problem on that offense either.
I think he wasn't
good.
Yeah,
he wasn't good.
Certainly
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Certainly not. And I think that his inability to escape is abundantly apparent. Like, he is not athletic, even a little bit.
Right.
And so when you're a little guy, a smaller guy in the NFL, and you're not athletic, and you clearly aren't able to throw the ball and see the field very well, like, you've got to expect that. Like, that's not a recipe for a successful player in the NFL at this point.
No.
He sucks. Let's go to the next call. The number's 252-228-5098.
What's up, guys? CJ Henderson is a bum.
Yup.
Jack Thompson is a bum.
Yup.
Offenses played better than I was expecting, to be honest. The only thing I really got much to complain about for offense is the refs. How many times did the number 7 for the 49ers defense get commit pass interference without a call? I mean, almost every pass going his way, he was committing pass interference and nothing. I mean, go watch the game again. Watch how many times the 49ers are running their defensive substitutes onto the field while the play is still going on before the whistle even ends the play. It's disturbing how much the refs are letting the 49ers get away with. I mean, not like I wasn't expecting to win anyways, but come on now. 2 roughing the pass penalties not thrown. That was very obvious.
I agree with that. We didn't get those calls. Tom Brady
What
would
about
have
that
gotten
CJ
that
Henderson?
And go Gamecocks.
Did you see this? Oh yeah, that's right.
Was the CJ Henderson on the big screen? It looked like that was not even close to being pass interference.
Yeah, I don't think it was a good call.
And if that wasn't pass interference,
it was ticky tack.
If that was pass interference, then so was that end play there to DJ Moore when they were trying. It was 4th and 10, and 3rd and 10, and they tried to get the ball deep, and DJ Moore looked like he got hurt.
Yeah,
We've got some soldiers. We got some.
Oh, yeah.
We got some. We're not talking about summer sunshine soldiers. We're talking about those winter soldiers right here in the chat who are sticking with this podcast and with Panther Nation through thick and thin. Who are these wonderful people, Cody Lashney? One's
Your
my
bastard
bastard
son
son.
himself. White Chocolate Espresso with another $4.99 says, I can't be mad at Baker or Sam. Geno balling with the Seahawks because he has a coach. Go look at Geno's stats with the Jets. Worse than Sam. Okay, he's saying maybe you get a good coach and maybe we have better quarterback
Isn't
play.
that
I
the
don't
most
know.
fluke example, though?
It is,
like
though.
Geno
It really
is
is.
like Geno's kind of having one of those like Rocky
A
5
resurgence.
moments or something where it's just like one last hurrah for the old dude.
Yeah.
Did they
He's got
end up
2
winning?
stud receivers too. Sorry.
Oh, did they end up winning? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think
no,
the
they
New Orleans Saints
lost.
pulled it out.
No, they
Yeah, they lost.
Yeah.
I just want to say a minute ago you were talking about the roughing the passer and Tom Brady wouldn't have got that. Did you see the roughing
Oh,
the
it
passer
was
call?
horrendous. And
Oh,
I
I'm not a
never say
Falcons fan.
anything
I
good
felt
about
bad
the
for him.
Saints.
Yeah, what I'm talking about the roughing
I mean,
the passer call
the-
against Brady.
Yeah, I'm
earlier
sorry.
today. Yeah.
They were playing who? The Falcons.
I'm not
Yeah,
a Falcons fan, but I felt bad for the Falcons. That blew the game for them. Like they were.
No,
bound
yeah,
to get
they had
comeback.
just got pulled into one score, potentially winning with a touchdown.
Mhm.
And I wonder if Matt Rhule was watching that game, and that's why we went for 2 instead of kicking the extra point at that
Oh,
point.
how about the field goal when we're down by like, what was it, 12 points? And we
Well,
decided
you
to kick
needed
a
3
field goal?
scores. You needed
you had to
3
get 3
scores
scores anyway. Yeah.
So
Well, last
But that
super
was
chat
still
here.
stupid. And how about that stupid 2-point conversion?
Oh yeah, dude, the thing was dumb. Dumb
what I'm
play
saying.
call, dumb idea. It was just so dumb all the way through. That's a good point, CK. James E with the $4.99 says we haven't had solid tight end since Greg Olsen, since we've had terrible quarterback play. Imagine Cam without Olsen. It's still a bigger problem, but great quarterbacks have tight ends. And I agree. But I would also say that Baker Mayfield targets tight ends maybe more than any other position group on this team. Those are his only consistent check downs and those passes to the flat. He likes to throw the tight ends. Listen, none of the offensive players on the Carolina Panthers are ever going to be able to truly thrive until finally fix the quarterback position. Baker is not going to get it done. You can have the best tight end in the world, and it doesn't matter because we don't have a damn quarterback that can accurately deliver the ball, or let alone not have it batted down at the line of scrimmage.
What is my son talking about?
He said, "You're passing on my super chat." Where
Nah,
you been,
we just
bro?
read it.
We just read the super chat.
Read it.
See,
read it. Thank you.
Kevin dipped out of the stream, go to the bathroom, and now he's blaming us because he missed it.
Thank you. And we were just talking about how Gino is like a crazy story, an anomaly. The number's 252-228-5098. 387 people in the chat room right now. Faithful, strong Panther fans, be a friend, tell a friend. Let's get these numbers up. Last week, we had over 500 people watching the show live. Look, 386 still very impressive. But we cannot let these Panthers beat us. They got beat, but we will not be beat on the C3 Panthers podcast. We hear each and every week after every game, win or lose. Are we summer soldiers? No, sir. No, sir. We're here. And just like this caller is, let's see. I feel like that is this the same call?
There has to be a defensive back on our team, free agency, on the fucking streets of Charlotte somewhere who's better than CJ fucking Henderson, bro. Like, there's got to be somebody out there better than this motherfucker, man.
My hill's
And
getting
I'm not
crowded.
even gonna blame the defense for letting these plays up, because every single time we get San Francisco, or anybody for that matter, it happens every single week. Every time we get these teams in these third down situations, or these whatever long situations, the big play that happens that keeps the drive alive or puts them in field goal range or whatever is CJ Henderson every fucking time, man.
Every time.
It's third down. You're in position against Deebo Samuel on that hitch route. You hit him too early, pass interference, keep the drive alive. It's fucking third down and 10. Some unknown receiver, I don't even know who this big motherfucker is, just runs a hitch. You're right here in front of him. Tackle in front of the sticks. Force the fourth down. They don't have a fucking kicker. You whip the tackle, you let this motherfucker who ran a 4.7 apparently just run right by you. You don't touch him.
That was the third down I'm talking about. And it was the guy
this motherfucker, I don't know how he's a top 10 pick, bro. We have a top 10, we have a number 9 overall pick and a number 1 overall pick on our team, and they're the least talented motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't know how. Oh my God, bro. Get him off of my team. Get him out of this state. Get him gone, bro. He kills us every single time. I'm telling you, we have a bend but don't break defense, but CJ Henderson breaks every fucking time. I'm telling you, man, he's making his defense look worse than it is. God damn.
Who is this caller? Message me with the last 4 digits of your phone number. You can message me on Twitter. You can hit me up at carolinacatchronicles@gmail.com. I'm writing these 4 digits down right now. You're my call of the night, and you're getting a t-shirt on us. T-shirt on us. Email me the last 4 digits so I know it's you. And tell me your t-shirt size.
I've been
to
calling this.
That, I'm telling you, if you guys can, that's the signal. If you guys can hear me, but our safeties were missed with Chen and Xavier Woods out. It was a big deal. Like, when I was watching that game, the amount of times that I'm just watching like Hartsfield get blown up, like, or just it was not great. It was a very disappointing outing by those guys, and I think that was one of the biggest things that I noticed from in person. You guys had a better view than I did, but I'm telling you guys it really felt like we were hurting when they weren't in the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've been calling CJ Henderson. I've been since day one. I didn't like this trade. I didn't like this guy. I said that you don't give up a pick like that for that cheap, that quickly after you draft him if he's not bad. And ever since he's been on the team, I've been saying he's garbage. People are finally climbing my hill with this. I will say, though, that J.C. Horn, when he was in the game, was shutting down Deebo Samuel. Like, Deebo wasn't getting nothing all day long.
Catches.
Yeah, the only catches he had was when C.J. Horn was not covering him. Well, like C.J. Horn was shutting him down. J.C. Horn was cutting him.
Conflating a good player and a bad player and a hurt player.
Yeah, which, by the way, J.C. Horn is now hurt. How terrible is that? One of the good things. But by the way,
Bo Jackson could have been the greatest in history, but guess what? Injury killed it.
Sure, they could have won, man. Shout out to the lovely Sarah Taylor. She says, # fire Matt Rhule. Talent deserves better. Yes, I'm mad and over this mediocrity. Keep pounding. Time to watch House of the Dragon. Sarah with the $20.
Actually,
that's fire, bro.
That's fire. Look, Sarah is on. And yeah, look, I look forward to Sundays because of House of the Dragon and doing the C3 postgame show, man. It's certainly no reason to look forward to the Panthers. I'll say that for sure.
The number's 252-228-5098. Let's get these views up. Share the show. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Let's crush it,
by the way, hit that like. Help us kick the ass of the YouTube algorithm and get us in front of more and more eyes to help grow C3 Nation. Please and thanks. Hit that notification.
We have to unite in these times. There's only one thing that will get us through this. It's not Matt Rhule. It's not rich-ass David Tepper. It's us, people on the ground. That's what it is. It's you and I. We're in the car together. Actually, CK's literally in the car with us right now on his way from this game.
Exactly.
He's probably exhausted. He's been up all day. He's emotionally spent. And he is financially broke after today.
Right. I'm going to tell you this much. I felt like I had to pick up the slack because our fan base is one of the weakest in the entire NFL. And it was clear today. Like, I know that we're not doing good, but I'm telling you, like, when you see teams like, and I know there's a lot more history with teams like the Bills, but the Bills don't have a history of being successful, but they still showed up every fucking game. And it just feels like Panthers fans are the weakest fans out of any fan base that I've ever seen.
Go to boo.
But you know what,
at this time, go to boo.
But you know what, though, CK? I'm kind of disagree with you on this. I'm happy that Panther fans are voting with their dollars. And I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that us Panther fans are good at filling out the stadium normally. But when you have been promised things year after year, and this organization continues to fail you in that way, dude, I remember in 2013, Monday Night Football, the Patriots came to town. And let me tell you, we were not overrun then. That was a blacked out stadium filled with Panther fans excited about their football
We
team.
were dominant that year, though.
Right. If the Panthers get back to doing that, there is no reason to ever see that lopsided of a stadium ever again, man.
All right, so we got some cool super chats to hit out. Again, thank you, Sarah Taylor. You guys make sure to check out Geeks Chasing Squirrels Through the Multiverse. Great podcast for all nerdy things. And I'm a nerd. I've been watching it, been loving it, following along with these storylines. But who we got next?
Yeah, Kamal did.
No, that's Cam did that. Cam did that. Cam did that.
That's right.
Dab on
With
him.
the $9.99. $9.99 love bomb. He says fire Rhule. And hey, we actually got a cool 49er fan in the building. Lisa Zhang. She said 49ers fans here. Great game. Your defense was good. Well, thank you, Lisa. I certainly hope you enjoyed that game more than Panther fans did. And you have a legitimate team that I think is a surefire playoff team. They just need to get healthy.
By the way, I disagree entirely. Our defense was garbage in today's game.
Okay.
What are you talking about, CK? I'm the one that's supposed to
I
say
was there.
that.
They couldn't stop shit, and you cannot use the time of possession. Our offense was on the field almost equal amount of time until they're at the end. Like, you cannot use that as an excuse. They were letting them go every single drive down the field. They got one turnover, which I'm not going to take away from them, or two turnovers, or it was just the one. But our defense was. Did you see how many yards per carry their third string running back had?
Well, that's a San Francisco 49er special. You don't even need to call them first, second, or third string.
And
Kyle
no
Shanahan
Lulu.
could get us out there
No
and
Lulu
get
or
100
Jeremy
yards.
Chin either.
Right. But it's okay to say that our defense looked absolutely garbage today.
Well, we've never been good against the run. I told you we do not stack up well against teams that can run the ball.
They always crumble at the end. We put up a good first half, and we're a competitive football team. And then, they just fall off a cliff. We don't play complementary football. And the Panthers never do.
The problem with this team, it's like even beyond complementary football in a case. It's just whenever you actually need a play to be made, they don't do it. It's like we just need Baker to make the one easy pass, and he bums it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like you need the defense to just get us off the field and get the Panthers offense back up there.
So
and
I don't mean to interrupt. Shout out to Sports Nut for tagging me. Pro Football Talk just put out, if everything I've come to believe about Panthers owner David Tepper is true, he'll fire Matt Rhule tomorrow. Now, I don't know what that means. What does he believe true? That doesn't necessarily say he has a close source saying that it's going to happen. But look, if it does, hallelujah. Dude, that could be the best possible thing for these Carolina Panthers. And by the way, yes, if that does happen, I'll throw together a live stream and I'll react to it if people want to be able to jump on and talk about it. We can only
clear
hope.
your calendar, folks. Clear your calendar. CK, you got some people in the chat supporting you. And look, I told you this defense wasn't dominant. But again, it's like this is the problem I have here is this when I told you guys they were mid a couple of weeks ago and you got all mad at me, is that it just sucks when you talk junk about the best part of your team, even if it's true. You know what I'm saying? It's like
They
even if it's
weren't
true.
the best part of our team today.
What
And
was
here's the
then,
thing,
CK?
Our defense was letting, like, the run game, they were letting fucking Jimmy Garoppolo run down the field. Like, I mean, there were
the simulation.
Right, exactly. Here's the thing is we talk about Baker hitting the easy pass, right? The problem is he was hitting the easy passes today. We're just the worst fucking screen team on the face of the planet. Like, we do not know how to run the screen. Like, that's something that I noticed today. It feels like every time they were trying to throw the screen pass, they had a defensive, secondary member in the backfield tackling Christian McCaffrey for a loss or whoever it was. And then every time it was checked down to Christian McCaffrey and he was open outside again, that pick six was another one of those things, which I don't get Baker's throwing motion in those. I don't know if you noticed, but it felt like he hesitated with those passes.
Yeah,
Like
he always does. That's his MO. He pump fakes, and then he's like always a tick late getting the ball out of his hand. I noticed that when he was with the Browns, man. He doesn't trust what he's seeing or what he's about to throw.
Let's get to that one other super chat real quick. I
Yes,
saw
sir.
Lisa Zhang, San Francisco fan.
Yeah, so we've
thanks
actually
for-
gotten some. We've gotten some really nice, really cool San Francisco fans in our chat. We definitely appreciate you guys. Lisa Zhang says Coleman is the third string by books, but Coleman was with the 49ers for a while before he went to Jets, then came back because he's a veteran.
And we know him well. He worked with Kyle Shanahan in Atlanta, so they had that connection back there when the Super Bowl run. Kyle Shanahan can take anybody and make them great. Mostert, that's the thing is, and even when you're talking about Tevin Coleman, I'm thinking about that Wilson dude. You know, it's like whoever, he could take any running. Their run game is just by bludgeon. It's like
That's
whoever
why-
you want, we're gonna get them in there. Debo, we're gonna bludgeon you.
Yeah.
Wilson, whatever that guy's name is, Wilson Jr. Bludgeon.
Wilson, yeah.
We're gonna hit you with the speed. Then we're gonna hit you with the finesse. Then we're gonna hit you with the trickery. Then we're just gonna power it. And that's the only reason. That's why I'm not a Jimmy G fan necessarily. Like, I don't think he's great, but on a team like Kyle Shanahan, I'm telling you, do you think that if Kyle Shanahan was our coach, we would be 1-4?
No, not at all. And by the way, Shanahan is the perfect example why you don't pay your running backs top tier money. I'm sorry, dude. I've been saying this forever. I got a lot of shit for saying it the first time, or when we did pay Christian McCaffrey all that money. You do not pay running backs that down. They are too replaceable, no matter how good they are. Right now, the Houston Texans running back, Damon Pierce, is lighting shit up, dude. And I think he was a 3rd-round pick. So, again, love CMC, but certain positions are more replaceable than others, and none more than running back. It's just the truth. G Nation.
After today.
Hold on, thought one real quick. Okay, G Nation with the 499 says, we the fans been with the Panthers since day one. This is our first year booing the team because we deserve better than this trash. Go ahead, CK.
I was going to say, I have a prediction that by the end of the year, we're going to see Christian McCaffrey traded to the Bills.
That's a perfect team for him, to be truly honest with you. It's their
it.
missing piece. If you put Christian McCaffrey in the Bills, they are unstoppable, I think.
Agreed.
Dude,
And I think he
Josh
deserves
Allen
it.
had
I agree.
390 yards or something
In the first half.
with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter.
They pulled them out of the game in the third quarter.
This is the second time this year they've done that.
Yeah. By the way, this is our boy.
Incredible.
This is our boy KPM sharing this photo. Dude, that's a sea of red if I've ever seen one.
Oh my God.
Dude. Moses could part that sea, dude. There's so much red.
Or maybe he couldn't.
Yeah, dude.
I'd imagine there's a lot of Niners fans here too. I mean, it wasn't 20 years ago they were in this division,
right?
So,
No, I mean that's the thing is they're a legacy team.
Yeah.
They're a legacy team. But the problem is that we know legacy teams are going to show up. It's not about them showing up. It's about I'm not a gatekeeper fan, man. It's like I wouldn't want to go to this game today. No. I mean, I know CK. I mean, I always want to go. I'll go even to a lot. Like it's an experience. I got to show myself. It's for myself more than it is, like I got to get to a game. It just makes me feel good about myself or something. But at the end of the day, this is what happens when you suck. Your fans don't show up. Yeah. I mean, is that they make other decisions and it's clearly they're making some business decisions. I want to say thank you to all the people in the chat. When it comes to, you see those green tags where they can make the special emojis, and they got this, man, loyal C3 super fans. For $1.99, you can hit that join button each month and show your support. Help us grow this. Look, you're listening to Cody Lashney on his new mic, that Shure mic. That's the same one that dang Joe Rogan uses, homie. That's the same mic that Joe Rogan uses, or at least the same brand,
time, baby. Now I don't sound like I'm in a box all the time.
Yeah, we're gonna continue to tweak this. We've got look, we've been upgrading the podcast. We got a lot of cool stuff. We've been putting more content out, and we just thank you. That's how we're reinvesting. Look, I'm gonna send out a shirt today to my man. I don't know his name, but you hit me up on Twitter, Discord, or email at carolinacatchronicles@gmail. Hit me with those last 4 numbers of your phone number. You're getting a free t-shirt. I want to thank all those fans. And man, I'm almost emotional at all these super chats that are coming in. The fact that it's like, I mean, first, we don't ask for your money. I don't want to beg, but it's appreciated, man. It goes a long way. And you guys have been so generous today. Smash the thumbs, share it. Cody, a tear in my eye.
Hey, and then, never heard of this guy, Trey Tizzy, with the 199 said, I'm a Packer fan, but y'all are great. New sub. And I don't know Dude, I love it, man. And, those are the ones that feel the coolest whenever we get people that are not Panther fans. My initial reaction was that was Tin Tizzy with like a burner account being like, nah, different. But either or, dude, you're welcome here, man. We love people that are interested in being a part of the conversation. And, I
tell you one thing
to hang out.
is
You're always welcome here, man. Always.
I'm mad at damn Aaron Rodgers today for screwing up my PrizePicks. Can't get 225 yards, 2 batted balls at the end. That would have got me my PrizePick. Remember, C3 is the promo code. You get 100% first-time deposit on PrizePicks. And I was about to rock all these 5. I was about to turn $5 into 75 on that Flex Friday pick. And Aaron Rodgers, the most sure bet of all of that. They got beat by the Giants today.
And they were a big, too. I saw the score of the game. I was like, I'm not going to watch that. It was like 2010. I was like, I'm not going to watch it.
Baker Mayfield screwed me out of $60 today. So
I got you one even better.
Baker Mayfield, dude.
This was recommended to us when we started this. It was only pick the picks that are like 0.5. Don't pick the evens. I picked Will Dissly to catch more than 2 passes today, and it was at 2.0, and he caught 2, and I lost because of that.
You got the push.
Yep.
All right, the numbers 252-228-5098.
What's up, C3? It's Noah here.
What's up, little Noah?
I'm not even mad no more. I mean, why? Just why? Why? Like, Baker needs to be traded. Freaking Pitt and Sam Darnold. I'm actually regretting all the things I said about Sam Darnold. Like, for like, win or lose this game. Because the game had OBS, so we got like 7 minutes, and we're like in the 4th quarter now, but most likely gonna lose. But win or lose, we gotta fix up. Our offense is like just freaking trash, like unbelievably trash. People need to get traded. People need to be gone. Baker is fumbling the ball. He's not confident in his accuracy. Like, what is going on? And he led it to a freaking interception. Like, bro, like, Baker. And that Rhule, I don't know if it's a disconnect with that Rhule, Ben McAdoo, and the other guy, but just, oh my gosh, we're so trash. We are trash. Like, this team is so stupid. Like, oh my gosh. All right, keep pounding. I'm out.
I think this is what I need. The first thing that the Panthers can do to help heal this divide, this fan base is, number one, David Tepper, you got to take Noah to school tomorrow morning. And then on Tuesday, Matt Rhule's got, after he watches the tape, he's got to take Noah to school. And then on Wednesday, Baker Mayfield's got to take this kid to school. And on Thursday, Scott Fitterer's got to take him to school. And you know what, Noah? You just give him that straight call right there. The emotion, the exasperation. That kid, and by the way, Noah is the next host of the C3. He's going to take this generational, the C3 Panthers
we need to get a Connor and Noah show.
I know. I think Connor's been missing in action. I think we scared him off in that one watch along where we were all yelling at each other during the preseason game or whatever, and he was like, "Can we just watch the game, please?" I'm surprised their parents let them listen to us. The number's 252-228-5098.
Yo, this is White Chalk Espresso. Yeah, I'm done watching this fucking season. Like, I'm in a bar right now. I'm drunk. I don't give a fuck. You know why? Fuck Matt Rhule. Why are you going for 2 when it's 17-9? What? Why? Makes no fucking sense. I'm done. I'm not going to watch another Panther game until Matt Rhule is fired. I did the same thing for South Carolina Gamecocks when they had Muschamp. I said, I'm not going to watch this year. I'm not going to watch until Muschamp is fired. That year, Muschamp was fired. I'm doing the same thing for Matt Rhule this year. I'm not going to watch until he's fired. This is fucking disgusting. 5 years of losing seasons. I get no fucking words. I don't even hear about Baker. Geno Smith right now is balling right now with Seattle.
So is Jimmy Garoppolo.
They lost
What's that
yeah,
have to do
but
with
he had
Baker,
2
though?
touchdowns today. He is balling right now because he has a coach that knows what the fuck to do with an NFL roster. Matt Rhule has nothing. I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Wow.
Until Matt Rhule is fired, I will not watch another fucking game of this goddamn season or next season or how many other fucking seasons he lasts. Fuck him.
You know, between soccer, between the concerts, between football, to me, like, it's been tremendous to see the atmosphere, to see people coming out. So, you know.
Fire Matt Rhule.
I'm happy that everyone's out here. Our players worked hard. They deserve it, man. So.
Now, what's the plan for Jay?
Yeah, look, is that it's tough. It's tough. And, you know, you go back to the days of saying, can we put together 2 winning seasons in a row? Now we're in can we put together a winning season? How about this? Can we put together a competitive team? And at the end, actually, I won't even say competitive team. I just say this. Can we put an offense together that this is like, you know, we used to be like, oh, we got Ron Rivera and we're always going to be a defensive team and we're never going to be a shootout team. Our offense was never this bad.
If it's true that Matt Rhule is done tomorrow, who takes over as interim, do you think?
Steve Wilkes.
Yeah, I think it's got to be.
You think they're going to put Steve Wilkes above Phil Snow?
If Matt Rhule is out, Phil Snow's gone too.
No way.
I think he quits. I think he quits. Oh, well, actually, he can't quit. He needs his money.
He needs his money, but he can't quit on these players.
That's a good point.
I mean, you say that, but we don't know.
We know that he will not get another job if he quits in the middle of the season and he has an opportunity to either be interim head coach or continue to be the defensive coordinator. He is not going to quit. There is no shot. His entire career will be marred by that. So,
dude, Michael Davis with the $50 love bomb. Michael, you're the freaking man, dude. Thanks you so much. He says, I'm sickened by all the red in the stadium today. But at the end of the day, it's David Tepper's fault. He said he wouldn't tolerate mediocrity, but after 3 years, he's going to have to prove me wrong. Fire Matt Rhule. Dude, everyone said people are donating $50 to the therapy session to say fire Matt Rhule. Michael, you're the man, brother. Thanks. We never ask, but it's always appreciated, brother.
He knows this, as he knows we're headed for dark times. We got to load up at these while we got y'all here, because we're gonna be here next week and the week after. And I had a friend of mine. He said, I sympathize with you guys. In fact, this was after the Giants game. We had the post game. And it was 4.5 hours or some shit like that. It was like such a long show. There was so many calls. Everybody was so upset, rightfully so. He goes, man, I've been there. He does the post-game shows for the ECU Pirates on Pirate Radio 1250, 92.7 FM. And he goes, man, that's a long... He said, so I went and hung out with him. I mean, I go every Friday. We talk NFL football, Panthers, make some picks and stuff. And he said, dude, I feel for you, man. We've been there. It's like... Rest of the season, you can go ahead and for us with ECU was fire Scotty Moe, fire the offensive coordinator, get new people. This team is trash. Next caller, fire Matt Rhule. David Tepper's an ass. This team is trash. Next caller. I mean, it's like, so we need y'all. You know what is? You don't need us. We need you. C3 fans. We're family, actually. We're not. You all ain't our fans. We're fans of the Carolina Panthers together. We're in it together, and we're locking arms right now together. And you guys are giving me energy in a moment that it's easy to lose energy. So we got a lot to do. So let's keep going on to the next call.
Tony, Cody, CK, football aficionados, help me find the silver lining here. We have an owner who's a greedy, corrupt scumbag who is widely disliked, a coach who's incompetent, who's widely disrespected, and a fan base who's widely is disinterested, who doesn't even show up to the game. So tell me, in this team, where is the silver lining? Where's the hope? Where's the silver lining? Thank you. Bye-bye.
I've got some silver lining.
Let's hear it.
Would you guys like to hear my silver lining?
Please.
Right now, Matt Rhule will not be our head coach next year. We're right now at the number 1 spot in the draft because Houston won today.
Yep.
Okay. And simply put, next year is quite possibly Tom Brady's this year's it might possibly be his last year. And so we're going to have a brand new regime with a new potential franchise quarterback that we get early in the first round, or if we end up somehow miraculously getting Lamar Jackson, which they're not going to let him go, especially seeing as he's qualifying for a franchise tag next year. But, we're going to have some silver lining to look forward to. The only thing is if you don't trust David Tepper with the decision-making of a new head coach, then that silver lining is going to be a little bit take it with a grain of salt, if you will.
Dan Quinn, baby, incoming.
No shot.
No, I can't handle that. I'm sorry, I'm not on the Dan Quinn. Sorry, miss me with that.
Oh, me neither. But what are we going to do if that's who David Tepper is? He has NFL.
Oh, I'm going to bitch and complain.
I'm going to bitch and complain. He went to a Super Bowl.
Do we trust his judgment, though, so far, based on everything he's done?
Hell no.
So, I mean...
No.
This is funny. Is Miyamoto Musashi.
Miyamoto Musashi.
He says, congratulations to our contest winner today, Section 316, Row R, Seat 7. Your coach for the day. It would be an upgrade to what we got. That would be awesome. Actually, that's what we should do for the rest of the season is guest coach. Celebrity coach.
Yeah.
Celebrity coach interim. Each week, a new one. We should have, we should do a like a live what is it, like a reality show where we pick our coach based on that. Like they all fight it out throughout the week. Co-coaching.
Joke about it. The NFL might do it. They're all about ratings and
hey, I'm all right with it. All right, next call.
What's up, C3? It's Anthony. Just went to the game. I saw CK. It was pretty cool. He was sitting with Catman. But anyways, fire Matt Rhule! He's fucking dog shit. How many more weeks does this have to take?
Well, maybe one more day. Thanks, Anthony. Next call.
Panther brothers, how y'all doing?
What's up, G?
Man, what a horrible fucking game, man. What a horrible fucking game. How the hell we lose 22 fucking points? How? The coaching is fucking horrible. Matt Rhule, once again, you need to get the fuck out. Why the fuck you not go for it on the 4th? And you're right there, man. If you don't get it, 49ers are what, 2-3 yards to score? What kind of sense does that make, man? You know you lost the game. At least punt the damn ball, man. He don't know what the fuck he's doing. He needs to go back to college, man, for real. This game makes no sense. When we scored with C-Mac, why the fuck did we go for 2? Why didn't we just kick an extra point? I don't understand. And J.C. Horn went out with a hip injury. I'm like, we are falling like flies. J.C. Horn, hip injury. Then Chin injured, Woods injured, Frankie Louvu injured. I'm like, come on, man. Something's telling me these dudes not really injured. They're like faking this shit because they don't want to play. But maybe that's just me. But oh well, it don't matter. Ride or die till I die. Panthers, baby. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding, G.
Keep pounding.
I mean, look, that's how you know you're a real fan, man. You're willing to go through all this shit and still try and get excited about your team next year. Yeah, man. Like even the most diehard defenders of Matt Rhule, there's nothing for them to say anymore. There's literally nothing for any of them to say. It's past time. He got a longer leash from David Tepper than he ever would have gotten from me. And by the way, I wanted to at least show this because I think it's a reflection of how embarrassing we are. Tony's bastard son, White Chocolate Espresso, sent me this. And can you think of a more depressing stat? 24 straight losses when allowing 17 or more points, tied for the longest streak by any NFL team in the last 30 seasons. If that's not embarrassing, oh, then you've never been embarrassed in your life, dude.
Longer than we've
That
been a
is the
franchise.
most embarrassing shit that you can imagine. And
Oh,
it's
I'm
a
sorry, not
stain
longer.
on David
That's a
Tepper.
kind of a crazy stat, though.
But isn't
You know,
it,
it's like
that makes it all the
it's
worse.
like a baseball stat.
That makes it
Mhm.
all the worse that David Tepper continues to allow this, as Alex Barber would say, clown show to continue. It's unacceptable, man.
Let's go next call.
What's up, C3? 89 J Stubbs here. Leaving the beautiful game with this beautiful ass whooping with it looked like a whole stadium of red lights. But anyway, like I said, man, the best thing for us now is to just move some assets. I see JC got banged up today, but for the most part, we got a left tackle that's going to develop, a corner that's going to develop. Maybe trade some of these assets and look forward, you know. Still don't think Matt Rhule's going to get fired because David Tepper's just in the works of the great Pat Coltrane nepotism. But anyway, there's brighter days ahead. We kind of did better than we expected.
Oh,
But anyway, guys,
that was
keep
better than
pounding.
expected.
See y'all Tuesday.
Maybe. All right, next call.
Hey, this is Davis, and everyone should be fired. That's right. I said fired. Fired! Fire! Everybody fired. The team sucks.
Fired.
Like, they're never going to score. Like, besides me, they're never going to score. Fired! Anyway, fired.
Generational
Everybody
call
fired.
right there. You know,
Fired.
they're doing another.
Fire! Yeah. Fired.
I think they're doing another Beavis and Butthead on Paramount Plus or something like that.
Yeah,
right
they
now.
did. Apparently, it was pretty funny too.
It always
I'm
was
gonna
a
check
little
it out.
dated. All
Yeah,
right,
but look,
Cody,
unfortunately,
you gotta look at this fair weather summer soldier right here.
yeah, baby, I got a friend coming over I haven't seen in a while. We're gonna watch House of the Dragon together. I need to pick up my spirit after this type of day, you understand? But hey, I'll be back right here on Tuesday night to hopefully we'll be talking
Maybe
about
tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, no, even better. Hopefully you see us tomorrow in some way, shape, or form, and we're talking about Matt Rhule being fired. Let us pray.
I do want to plug this while we got you here and some other people. We're gonna have Matt Rhule on the podcast Tuesday night.
Oh yeah.
When I say Matt Rhule, I mean the cooler Matt Rhule, aka Dennis Cox from 99.9 The Fan. You can follow him on Twitter at The Fan Rookie, who does that wonderful Matt Rhule. Well, if you take our performance in the first quarter and you extrapolate it over the next 72 games, over the next 72 years, like we could be one of the better teams in the history of football. But this way, we just got to keep pounding, keep going. He does a great Matt Rhule impression. He'll be on to do a bit. Maybe it'll be his consolation speech, or not consolate, whatever, his farewell speech as a coach. Anyway, Cody, have fun with your incestuous relationship of House of the Dragon.
Dude,
So gross. It was uncomfortable for me last week.
It's the good kind of uncomfortable though. So
I'd rather
All right,
watch
peace.
Cersei get pounded on her son's casket than that mess.
Dude, you have no taste. This is the best. And by the way, they're saying tonight's episode is going to be like one of the best hours of television.
Of course
in
it is for
recent
you.
history,
Of
dude.
course for you. It doesn't
It
matter.
is.
You
It's
could
the
put a dang
world.
whatever. You could put anything on that TV
And how
and
about
call it
this?
House of the
Before-
Dragon. Cody would love it.
No. But how about go? Jay Thomas with the 499 says, I remember a time when Carolina didn't have an NFL team as bad as it can be. I would not want Tepper to move this team. We are stuck with them. And to be fair, Jay Thomas, I don't think there's any more good places to go. I think that Charlotte is a market that the NFL wants to be in. And I really don't see what other places are going to be more friendly to David Tepper than Charlotte. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, brother. But Tony, that's my exit, man. Y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all on Tuesday.
We got lots of calls
Hopefully
in
tomorrow.
store. Tony's going to be here. The old men are going to hold it down. 252-228-5098. I guess CK hit a dead zone. Either way, Greg and I got it. Two geeks in this universe chasing the squirrel of victory. The Old Men podcast right now. Let's go. Oh, look, we got CK coming back. Next call.
Hey guys, this is D again. One more thing. Let this sink in. The Jets are better than us. The Bears are better than us.
Everybody.
The Texans are better than us. The Commanders, maybe not so much, but we're on the same plane they are. We've got to do better. Oh, we've got to do better. All I want to say is keep pounding. Love you, C3.
Love you too, man.
You can't handle the truth. Guys, he just told us the truth, and I don't know if I can handle it.
He's not
He's
wrong,
not wrong.
but yeah, I mean,
Not
we're
even
the worst team in the NFL. It's why we're in the number one spot. to
We
draft
can't
right
even
now.
make fun of the teams we used to make fun of and say,
Yeah.
at least we're not the Browns. At
We
least
are
we're not
the
the
Browns
Lions.
now. Yeah.
At least we're not this. That's what even Seattle. Think about this. Seattle, who traded away their franchise quarterback, is better than us. With a 40-year-old. Like, it's like putting me in there.
Yeah.
Insane in the membrane. CK, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can. My signal's cutting in and out a little bit.
Okay. All right. Well, you hold on tight. We're gonna go to the next call.
Man, it's a sad day in Panther country. Super sad day. This is Panther Willie calling in. I'm done. I'm over this team. We're
Willie.
so crappy. It's time to start thinking about the draft. We need to tank. I don't think we should fire Rhule. He's doing a great job of getting the top pick in the draft next year. It's just, which quarterback are we going to take? I'm really hating I paid all this money to fly out to Seattle. And I bought expensive tickets to the Seattle Panthers game, thinking the Panthers were actually going to be something good this year. And I just wasted all that money just right down the drain. What a terrible time to be a Panther fan. Guys, keep doing the great work. Everybody like, subscribe. Keep pounding the best you can. We suck. It's going to be a long season. Y'all have a good night.
Panther Willie, I gotta ask, what about Matt Rhule makes you think he's doing a good job? I don't know. There was no other sarcasm in there, so I don't know if he was being sarcastic or not. But he said he's doing a great job because he got us the first.
Yeah,
pick.
it was 100% sarcasm.
Was it okay? Okay, just making
Yeah,
sure. I
he's
was like,
saying,
wait a
he's
second.
saying he's doing a great job getting us the first pick.
Okay. I'm picking it. I'm just not picking it up. Okay, then I agree with you. Yes. You're muted, Tony.
That's why we should not fire Matt Rhule. That's why we should not sit Baker Mayfield. Put him in that boot out there next week. I want to see him limping around, crash this sucker right in the rocks at this point, because they're all going to be gone. I want to say good night to Lynn. You have a good night. I know it was a tough day for Panther Nation, but guess what? There are dark days ahead. It is the darkest before the light.
Yeah.
Remember that. And I don't think we've touched the bottom yet. Last week I thought we would touch. Maybe we are. Maybe we're just at the bottom and we're just getting.
We're lingering around the bottom.
Dumped
We're
on at
checking
this
out what's
point.
down there.
Yeah. So it might not be a come back up right a moment. We're just going to have to sync for a little while. The number's 252-228-5098. Next call.
What's up, guys? It's Josh, Cookie Monster.
What's up, my man?
Glad I didn't go to this game. Glad I wasn't too optimistic. I'll be attending one last game. That's going to be the Falcons game this year. Getting married that week and going down there with my in-laws. That'll be my last game I'm going to this year. Seems terrible, man. Not gonna lie, this team is absolutely terrible. Coaching got out coached again. Not surprised. Like how Shanahan, he's a good coach. Injuries and everything. Injuries didn't help us this game at all. To be honest, I think whatever they're doing on the offensive side, they're trying to force Baker and everything to do check downs and everything. It's not natural for Baker. Doesn't look comfortable in the pocket. I don't think he really got hurt and everything. I just think he's trying to find a way out of it. Maybe. I could be wrong. I don't know. We started off the game, defensively good on energy, but I think just the injuries and everything just came out and bit us in the ass. You know what I mean? CJ Henderson giving up plays, left, fucking right penalties, crucial moments. Kills us, of course, and I think at that point, just the morale and everything, just got stopped down. Burns needs help and everything, of course, with the pass rush, as always, as we all fucking preaching and everything. They showed a little bit today, man, you know what I mean? But I think it's just, it comes down to the offense and everything not being able to put up any fucking yards, as always, you know what I mean? But you guys are awesome, the C3 Nation. Of course, you guys come in here, like, comment, share, subscribe. Everybody keep pounding. It's tough times, man.
Man, great call. Thank you so much. We're going to keep rocking and rolling with the calls. Panther fans, get it out. Who's at fault here? Who is at fault? What do? We got to purge this feeling. Next call.
Man, all I want to say is we fucking suck. And this week, our fucking defense fucking sucked. Our offense is fucking trash. We do need to bring Cam Newton back. Just bring his ass back because he's better than all the fucking quarterbacks we have. And PJ Walker behind him. Fire everybody else. God damn, it looked like a fucking 49ers fucking stadium today, man. That's all I got to say. Love the podcast, guys. Stay up. Alex from Tucson, Arizona.
All right, thanks, Alex. Man, that's awesome. People in Arizona, we got people from across the pond, people all over the country and the world listening to the C3 Panthers podcast. Lock in arms, Panther fans united. Let's go to Jared, first-time caller.
Hey, this is Jared, first-time caller. I represent the Denver Broncos. I followed the Panthers a few years ago because of PJ Walker. I watched the Madden simulation last night. The Panthers were supposed to lose only by 1 point. What was the difference between the real life game that just happened today and the Madden EA simulation that happened last night? There's got to be a huge difference because the score is definitely different. So thanks for what you guys do. I love the entertaining commentary. Bye-bye.
That's awesome, man. CK, what did you think the difference between that simulation last night and today's game was?
The defense didn't show up today.
Right? Well, and the other is Jimmy G didn't run all over us. I mean, a little bit, actually. He did. He ran in a touchdown. The pick six. That was another one. That was a dagger. I don't think we turned the ball over a ton in the game.
Yeah, remember 2 red zone interceptions by Baker in the simulation.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. You're right, actually. So we did. So, is that they just scored a lot on us today.
Yeah.
And I think our team sort of just kind of, I won't say lost hope. They didn't quit. I don't want to go there. but at some point you are just beaten, And today the defense, they hung in there for a long time. They kept us in some pretty good positions at some point, but we knew that their offense wasn't terrible. That's the thing, is that at the end of the day, we have to be able to win when our defense isn't dominant. And that's the stat that Cody was putting up, is the only times we've been able to win is when our defense wins it for us. And we made this joke last night, or I made this joke, is how are we going to beat the San Francisco 49ers? Our defense would have to score 21 points. And that probably is exactly how much they would have had to score to make this a win today. The number's 252-228-5098. Thanks, Jared, for the call and your support. Let's go to the next caller.
Hey guys, they linked in. Unfortunately, because I live where I live, could not watch the game. Only listened. After the safety, I just turned it off. Baker Mayfield, a little better. He breached 200 yards of me. 200. Oh wow, still bump. I'm still very disappointed in the team. This defense just fell apart, which is understandably. This team is built to beat them. Honestly, draft? Is it too early to talk about that? I'm still apprehensive about Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud just because one's an itty-bitty boy, and the other one comes from a school that hasn't produced a solid first-round talent QB in I don't know how long. I'm all for Levis, Clemson's quarterback, or honestly, I'm liking Cooper Rush. How much do you think it'll cost us? Just thinking. Well, that's all I got, guys. Keep pounding and looking here for post-game podcast from you guys. Bye.
What happened in that Dallas game today?
I didn't watch. I know they won, but I don't know exactly how it was. I mean, I know if he's talking about St. Louis or Los Angeles, the Rams don't look good.
But who won? Do we not know who won that?
Dallas won that game.
They did win?
They did win, yeah. And they, from what I didn't watch the game because it was going on the same time as the Panthers game, but it looked like they were handling them pretty much the whole time. They were up by 10 pretty much the whole game. So
I want to give out a shout out to our patron saint of the night, Michael Davis, with the $20 super chat, who's also a super fan too. That mug is double down on all of this, building C3 and locking arms with Panther fans. He says, I'm just waiting for an injury attorney commercial to come on saying, if you've been a Panthers fan during Matt Rhule era, you may be entitled to compensation. Well, Michael, thank you for your compensation because you helped me because we have been injured. We got PTSD from Matt Rhule.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can I give some not investment advice?
Yeah.
Go to PSL Source tomorrow and buy a Carolina Panthers PSL for dirt cheap, I'm guessing. And you'll be able to get some season tickets and not make any money off of them this year. But listen, once the Panthers start next year and they have a new quarterback and new coach, that PSL is going to be a little bit more valuable.
Yeah, it's like you got to pull the old David Tepper, buy low, sell high, but he's a bum. David Tepper, you suck. Next call.
I've seen a lot of bad games. I bought season tickets last year, 2 years in, so I got a good deal on them. It wasn't even that we were 2-0. I love the Panthers. Love coming here. 1-8. Seen one game. I was supposed to bring my mom here and my friends as a fucking reward. It's a damn punishment at this point. Baker Mayfield. I've seen a lot of bad teams, and that's okay. I can watch bad football. But to watch someone trot out there and play that bad and be that much of a fucking bum is disgusting. And then to watch that guy, it's okay being bad, but to watch that guy be bad and go into a press conference arrogant, angry, not caring. You go out there and you say, oh, it's just us in the locker room at the end of the day. And it's like, oh, we're the only ones practicing. We're the only ones working. Damn fucking right, you better be working hard. You're getting paid anywhere from $20,000 to $5 to $10 million a fucking game. Of course you should be fucking working hard. I work all fucking week. I take care of kids. I help work. I do yard work. I do a bunch of fucking bullshit every week. I take 3 hours out of my day. More. 3 hours from Raleigh. I come from Raleigh to see this shit. And to watch the starting quarterback not even give a shit. He doesn't care.
This is my call tonight.
He doesn't care. He's getting millions of dollars not to give a shit and play like garbage. Why do I mean, I'm going to keep coming. I am, because I enjoy it. But I'm thinking, why do I even come? I can't imagine what light fans are thinking, what casual fans are thinking. Why would you come? You should leave early. This team is awful. It's terrible. I don't know why I get 1 3-day a week and I take time out of my fucking day to come, and you don't even give a shit. You don't even care. DJ Moore, Brian Burns, Dante Jackson, Christian McCaffrey. No one gives a shit. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. If Matt Rhule should have been fired yesterday. It's ridiculous. I don't know how any self-respecting team, owner, or anyone could watch this game, watch this stadium get flooded by other teams' fans, and watch it just be empty and be satisfied with that. It's disgusting. Put P.J. Walker in, put Sam Darnold in. I don't care if they suck, but they better not be a fucking asshole. Baker needs to go. Baker needs to go.
Also, on top of that, you have an owner who is making decisions that is making it harder for Panthers fans to support the team. From higher cost of tickets to when you talk about letting, like, people used to be able to watch the players come into the stadium for free, right? And those are the people that maybe couldn't afford to actually make it to the game. That was their only interaction. Those guys, you've taken away the support that our Panthers, like the Panthers, have had, because it's all about the money. And it's rightfully his decision to make it all about the money. But the problem is, I don't know that Panthers culture right now feels repairable. Like, I know it can be. Winning can cure a lot of things, but it does not feel like there is a clear path forward that makes the Panthers a attractive destination for free agents.
First, I want to give a shout out to my man from Raleigh with that call. Email me at carolinacatchronicles@gmail.com. Hit me up on Twitter, DM me on Twitter or on Discord. Send me the last 4 digits of your phone number. We're gonna get you a T-shirt or some sort of gift or prize. Let's make sure if you want a T-shirt, include the size you would like. If you want a decal, C3 Panthers decal, we can probably make that happen. I got some Cam Wows around too. We appreciate that. Is this our little baby Connor that we love so much?
Yeah.
We were just talking about you and the next generation of Panther fans. Noah called in. Spooky Jukesville with the $4.99 love bomb. The super chat, man, we appreciate it. Thank you for the support. He said, it's Connor here. Does anyone have an injury update on J.C. Horn? And also, with the first overall pick, who we will get. Right now, we always defer our draft conversation to Cody Lashney, or at least I do. And right now, he's on the CJ Stroud train. We are
CJ
the number
all the way.
That's what he feels like, and he doesn't want to play it safe with the Alabama quarterback, which he thinks that's the safe kind of like maybe
Mac Jones style.
Yeah, somebody who's going to be good but potentially not great. Maybe Hurts kind of. Well, I don't know, man. I tell you this though, is that dude when they're down, they ain't out with that guy. What's his name again? It's not the Alabama quarterback. Yeah,
Bryce Young.
Bryce, yeah. I mean, I seen him put that helmet on and go, let's go do work. So thank you, Connor, for your support. We appreciate it. And again, one more thanks to Michael Davis, our Patriot Saint of the Night. Gave us both a $50 and a $20 super chat. It's so incredible for your generosity. We're going to need this to keep us going. The number's 252-228-5098. Let's hit the next call.
Hey guys, it's the girl that makes them howl, aka Joey the Blind Panther. So, I got up at 2 o'clock today. I went and played sports. I went and hung out with a bunch of blind people and played a bunch of sports. So I was pretty tired. So I woke up at 2 o'clock today. Actually, like almost 2:45. You know what I did? I went for a walk. You know why? And when I go for a walk, I usually am over an hour. I went for a walk knowing that I would be late to come back and watch the Panthers because I knew we would lose. I knew we would shit the bed. And I got back at, midway in the second quarter maybe. And unfortunately, I was right, you know. Baker couldn't do shit. Our defense was trying their best. Except Baker actually, the offense was okay. It was better than it was last week, but that's a low bar to clear. Even my baby cousin who could not walk yet could clear that bar. But anyway, we cleared it, and, a bunch of injuries. We have Horn go out. Finn's on IR, which that sucks. DJ Horn gets injured, which that's bad, but, I guess the injury-prone narrative coming back down. Hopefully it's not too serious. But I honestly was pleasantly surprised with this game. You know why? Because I thought it was going to be worse. I thought we were going to get beat like 60-3 or some shit. It was only 37-15, which we definitely got blown out. But
they only doubled us and then added some.
Low key, you got to stick around for my
it's
response.
It's just same old, dude. Except this new guy, Blackshear, who I've never heard of. He seems to be pretty
He sucked
good.
in the beginning, though.
And when we blocked that kick, we should have had the touchdown. Jack Thompson actually lost it. He blocked it, lost it, but covered it back up. If he had not lost it, we probably could have gotten that touchdown. I'm just saying, like, he may have had some room if he got blockers. But, it's just the story continues. Same old shit. Anyway, guys.
Bro, I gotta tell you guys this. Look, hold on. Bro. This goes to Ghost Off, Dizzy, and to Loki. Bro. He didn't say black people. He said blind people because he's blind. Joey the Blind Panther. That's awesome. They're like, well, what does he go? Who cares if you play with black people? No, they're blind. They can't see. And guess what? He was the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers today, too. Oh no. Man. Joey the Blind Panther could not see if they were black or white. That was awesome. Y'all made me look at this. These people, look at this. Low key took the words right out of my mouth. Bro, he's blind. Bro. Blind. Can't see. Joey the Blind Panther. Oh, that's so great. Y'all made my night. Y'all know how to make me giggle. Bro. Next call.
Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I just think this game and just the games going forward, it's just we're not, or at least for me, I'm not sad or disappointed anymore. It's just what we expect. It's just a matter of
week 2.
How bad is it going to be per game? I think the writing's on the wall. Rule's gone. It's just a matter of, like the report says, it's a matter of when, not if. I honestly think it's going to be after the Falcons game. If we lose the Rams, and then I think it's the Falcons and the Bucks, or the Bucks and the Falcons, I can't remember. But yeah, I think the writing's on the wall. He's gone. The whole staff is gone. I think we need to rebuild this whole team. It's just not it. We have a good roster minus a quarterback, but even still, it's still not happening. We need to, if we get that number 1 overall pick or the second pick, we need to get a quarterback, build the line, both offense and defensive line, and do it the right way versus trying to skip and, try to get there an extra year or two early. Do it the right way. I'm not sure about letting the GM go, Scott Fitterer, just because he didn't pick the coaching staff. He didn't pick, the situation as far as the coaching staff, but he's put a good amount of players on the team, and I feel like he has made a few mistakes, but overall I feel like he's done a good job. But I don't know, maybe it's time for him to go too, but I don't know what you guys think. Hope you have a good one. 12 more weeks, guys.
I appreciate it. Man. I just want to say, low key, look, we're glad you're here and hanging out with us, but just like the Panthers took a L today, take a L on this one. Just because he confused the first, he said DJ, we know who he's talking about. We know he's talking JC Horde. We know this. You called this guy. He's like, why you got to play with a bunch of blacks? And he said blind people, and he is blind. So just take an L on this one. And this shit is so funny. Start Joey the Black Panther, Wakanda forever.
Chadwick Boseman was from South Carolina. So
gosh, Joey the Black Panther is his new nickname. He literally is blind, folks. Literally cannot see, and we make fun of it all the time. He's like, even I could see that. I'm like, no, you can't. I mean, we have fun. He's a good caller of this show, but that's it. Take the L.
He got an amazing Panther growl. I know that.
Yeah. Oh, the blind Panther can even see how bad it is.
To this call real quick, he mentioned he wasn't sure about firing Fitterer because he didn't choose the coaching staff, and I get that argument to a certain extent, but he has handled our draft position, or excuse me, the trade picks and everything we've had for the last few years, and we're looking real bad the next few years as far as how many draft picks we have, and we don't have the team to show for having that. Like that lack of draft picks.
That's one
thing you can put on him and not Rhule is that's him. That's all him, right?
I think Fitterer's got to go. All the people that said he's done good shit right now. Is that like okay? I guess, but like at the end of the day, we're not in a position of strength necessarily.
Right. If we were if we were a competitive team right now and we didn't have a lot of future draft picks, it'd be different. We have no competitiveness in us at all. Like no chance in the future without some draft picks. So we're lacking what we need.
All right. Next call. Look, he's doubling down. Next call.
Hey guys, it's Cookie Monster. I had to try to fit one last call in, a quick one.
A short one.
So I'm watching the conference with you guys, and he said we don't quit and everything. But did you guys not take out the starters and everything to put the backups in? I think that's accepting defeat. What do you guys think?
Realize what he's saying. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. This guy doesn't realize what he's saying when he's saying it. Like literally in the press comments earlier, he was like, "I always want to be very forthcoming with you guys, but we're not going to talk about that right now." It's like, well, then you're doing exactly what you just said.
He knows he's going to get fired.
Like,
yeah. Next call.
What I just saw was really pathetic. Really pathetic. Really gutless. Baker Mayfield's trash. Matt Rhule's trash. They both got to go. And hey, if we keep losing, it's CJ Stroud time here in Charlotte. But Tepper's got to sell the team. This is embarrassing. It was a home game from San Francisco. By the looks of the crowd, I'm just embarrassed right now. 1-4 is unacceptable.
Yeah, tough. It's tough.
Keep Strouding.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good one. Next call.
Matt Rhule needs to be fired immediately. We're 1-4. That's really pathetic. Pepper needs to sell the team. Mayfield needs to go. And we need to pick CJ Stroud with the first overall pick of the draft and just completely rebuild.
Everybody
I don't know
sounds
what
like they're
we
on
do
board with
with McCaffrey or Moore. Probably trade them. I do want to keep our defensive players, though. That's
5 defensive players.
for sure.
Telling you.
They're studs. And we need to get healthy on that side of the ball. And offensively, we just got to completely rebuild. Fire Rhule, fire McAdoo, get rid of Mayfield. Whatever we need to do, because this is embarrassing.
I agree with this call 100%. Like I said, Luvu, Burns, Chin, Horn, and Brown. Keep those 5 everybody else is up for it. It can walk out the door. Can not
Yeah,
walk out the
and
door, but
Icky. We got to keep our first round pick from this
yeah,
year.
maybe Icky because he could be in the future. Could be something
Well,
if you're going to draft a
fine
quarterback
now. He's
right
not
now.
even been that bad right now. I
Yeah.
mean, you got to have a line. You got to build it somewhere.
True.
And you made that pick, man. Like, let's rock with it. Next call.
Just another disappointing week. You know, I feel like there were opportunities to keep this game close. The offense, you know, is still struggling to move. McCaffrey had a better day than last week, but still kind of disappointing in the run game. Baker, he just looks off, man. Something's not right. I think it's a scheme, but I don't think he's the answer. I just don't know how many more games before we see Matt Rhule go. It's kind of unbelievable that he's not already gone. And you know, there were more 49er fans in our home stadium all the way across the country. There were more fans from them in our home stadium than us. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
like
tough.
that almost every game, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting worse now. You know, it's getting worse as we've gotten, you know, it's always, first of all, it's always been like that because, again, legacy teams travel well. A lot of people have been displaced, too, from those regions. You know, like they're spread out over the country, while Panther fans tend to be a little bit more consolidated in the Southeast because we're newer. But, yeah, even when we're doing well, it's an issue. Right, but it's only getting worse as we do poorly, and today I think it showed. Let's go to the next call, Chuck in Elizabeth City.
Hey guys, Chuck from Elizabeth City, aka Carolina Sports Guy. Man, guys, it's just getting worse and worse. You know, the stadium, having all the Niner fans, of course. Part of Carolina I live in, we're kind of up here stuck in the northeast corner, so we get all the Washington Comanche games. But, you know, just it's terrible, guys. And have been harassed by Niner fans I work with or people I know. You know, what kills me is all these people live in a great state of North Carolina and South Carolina. You know, Panthers have been around 30 years. A lot of us are Panther fans. Some people can't let go of other teams, but they're Niner fans because of Joe Montana. I guarantee these people couldn't name anybody who played for the 49ers before Montana. But it irritates the shit out of me. It's the same damn people that walk out of Walmart with one of them Tar Heel shirts or a Duke Blue Devil shirt. They don't even know if Duke's in Durham or if it's Chapel Hill. I just don't know what to say, guys. If we got the first pick in the draft right now, I don't even know if the first pick in the draft is going to be a Cam Newton / Trevor Lawrence draft year. We might be end up with some of the same garbage that drafted Baker Mayfield #1 and Sam Darnold #3. I'm not really
Trusting Cody. Trusting Cody.
Yeah. But the only thing I got to say is, guys, Rhule is getting himself one step closer out the door. What a fraud. What a fraud. And Rivera ain't no better for you people that want him back. And please,
Rivera was the best coach we ever
people
had.
sitting in the back of the room as well.
Hands down.
This franchise is in desperate need of something good to happen.
Great call, Chuck. Great call. I want to put this out there is, first of all, who can really name a player before Joe Montana? That was 1985.
That's what I was going to say.
And
Is
that's
like
I was 4.
It's kind of not fair because like that was like 30 something plus years ago. Like there's plenty of fans who
Let's hit them with
fans of the team that are not around then.
But
So,
like
I mean,
pre-95. How about that? Before the Panthers existed,
even
we
that's
could put
still
that
almost 30 years ago.
Oh, we could say Steve Young. You're right. I mean, I could hit you with the TO and some things like that. That was not pre-95. Well, maybe he was right around that time. No, a little bit later. I want to go back to the Duke fan thing and the Carolina fan. Is that it's one thing if you are like, I'm an ECU fan because I live in Greenville, North Carolina, and that's my alma mater. Like I got undergraduate and graduate degree from that school, right? I paid to be a fan there. It's kind of funny to me when people cheer for teams, but well, I mean, like location makes a big deal for college, right? So I understand people, and CK's in here twice. I don't know how he got in here twice.
Yeah, you can kick one.
I'll take it there.
Okay, so we can hear. But look, I can understand that, but at least UNC's a state school and funded by tax dollars. At least you could say, hey, like I have a connection because I pay taxes.
Right.
Duke's a private school. That like it's like, hey, I can't get into this school. I can't afford this school. I don't have any connection with this school. Coach K, love you. Give me that Duke shirt.
People like Duke because they like winners in college basketball, and I hate Duke. I'm a Carolina fan, so I hate Duke, but I can't deny they've been a top-notch team.
We do like winners in every sport, bro.
Yeah,
like I guess,
exactly.
hey, watch out. If you don't like a winner, you can hang out with us on the C3 Panthers podcast. Listen, watching Carolina Panthers football with blind fans, black fans, white fans, Wakanda forever, C3 forever, Carolina. Hopefully tomorrow. Nice call.
Yeah, man. I think we should have signed Jimmy, man. He's a hell of a player. He showcased all his skills today, man.
Who?
We need
Jimmy
to feed
Garoppolo.
DJ Moore, man. Robbie Anderson. Baker's just not the
Why do
guy,
people
man.
hate Jimmy Garoppolo?
His defense,
we
I don't
weren't
know,
even
they're
good
not holding
today.
it up. They're not doing their part.
But look at this record,
Yeah,
man.
man,
All he
I
does is
don't know.
win.
Man, we should have signed Kyle Shanahan is what we should have signed.
I'm just saying, like people always are like hating on Jimmy Garoppolo, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because he dates porn stars. I have no idea.
Ooh, I like him.
But
that goes
I mean,
up in my book. That's the only thing I like about him.
this guy does nothing but win. Look, people all day long shout for Colin Kaepernick. Why don't you go and compare Colin Kaepernick's record and stats to Jimmy Garoppolo's and tell me why we don't give Jimmy Garoppolo the same respect? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
My friend Clip says that he doesn't think Jimmy G is a real football player, but he's an actor. He looks like a football player.
Yeah. You're gonna see him in the next football movie.
Yeah. Next call.
Yeah, I'm just so fucking mad that these fucking 49er fans fill the stadium and we let them in our house and just rape us, man. Just fuck us all up. That's some fucking bullshit. This is embarrassing as an organization. And we should have signed Jimmy Garoppolo. We screwed up bad, man.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know, man. Listen. Here's the thing: is I don't know. I've seen Jimmy Garoppolo, and he is the equivalent to Teddy Bridgewater.
Let me pull up some stats real quick. I don't know because I just so I'm making sure I'm not wrong here. Because I'm just going by record because all he does is win. And I mean, he does whatever he has to do.
Yeah, I mean,
win,
he started his career like 13-1 or something.
Yeah.
But again, you know what is that? If you're gonna say, is Jimmy G better than Baker? I'll say yes at this point. I would say yes. But is Jimmy G on the Carolina Panthers better than Baker? Barely.
I don't know.
Look, Jimmy G right now averages a 97 quarterback just this year. I'm not going career. Just this year, 97 quarterback rating, 230 yards a game, 2 touchdowns, half a turnover, half interception, 62% completion for the year. That's pretty good.
That's better than what we got.
That's pretty good. That's
Teddy Bridgewater stats right there.
That's playoff quarterback numbers right there. If you have
That's
a running
playoff
back that can have
quarterback
one more
with-
touchdown, I'm just saying
That's playoff quarterback with complimentary football.
Well, yeah, but I mean, okay. I mean, we don't have what's wrong with that? You know, I mean, if you can get a quarterback who can win the games, but he has to have a decent team around him. Most players have to have a decent team around him. No, in football, you can't carry a team. It's not basketball. You can't carry a team.
Man, Aaron Rodgers lost today.
Yeah, exactly. You take Aaron Rodgers' talent away and look at what he's done. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's just, again, I don't want scraps, dude. Done with the scraps.
Oh, I don't want him now. I definitely don't want him now. I just don't get why people hate on Jimmy Garoppolo, and I was wrong because I wanted Baker over Jimmy, and I was wrong about that. If I could go back and change it now, I would have taken Jimmy. So
all right, let's go.
We would have had to pay way too much for Jimmy G.
Probably, you're right. We probably would have gotten in that hole.
And they're lucky that no one did pay for him. To be honest, their season
They
would
are
have been
lucky,
ruined.
yeah.
It would have been toast. Next goal.
What's up, C3? It's your girl, Shalika.
What's up, Shalika?
All I want to say is, you know your offense is really bad when your punt returner can return 2 50-yard punt returns and you can't score.
Right?
50 yards.
Good
both
stat.
of them. And
Yeah.
you can't score. He's done most of the work for you. and you
Yeah.
can't get the ball in the end zone.
Yep.
Just I don't know where we go from here. It's just depressing, and I continue to turn the TV on every week and watch it. I know I'm a true faithful Carolina Panthers fan to the end because, oh my God, oh yeah, this is bad. Like I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's yeah.
I
And
feel
the
you.
sad part is that the defense and the special teams are actually good enough that the offense is just so bad that nothing that they do matters. And that's how bad it really is.
Yeah.
But that's all I got to say.
Good
Great
call
call.
there. Good call. Let's keep going.
Hey guys, this is C-Mac. I was at the game today, and God damn it,
He didn't want to curse.
thought I was in California. Red everywhere. Everywhere. Why? I went to this game for one purpose. Support my team and wear my blue, and I did. And our own home fans can't even get their asses to the fucking game and show up to cheer, even though they suck balls. But you know what? Go to the freaking game or give your tickets to Panther fans! I am frustrated. I'm going to LA next weekend to watch this shit. It better be better, but I'm still going.
It probably won't be better. I'm sorry.
I'm so frustrated. I left the game when
I like this call.
when San Francisco scored their first touchdown in the fourth quarter. I couldn't do it.
Feel the
They
true
went up 30 to
frustration,
whatever.
You know?
I had to leave. And I hated doing that as a fan. And during the game, my friend had made a point that I have not thought of, that Tepper isn't doing anything because he's thinking about moving the team. I don't think so, because I don't think it was time that the NFL owners will vote to move the Panthers out of Carolina.
I want to make a comment on this when he's done.
Yeah.
At least I hope it doesn't happen, or they're thinking that way. But I just don't at this point. Where would they go? St. Louis? How many teams have moved out of St. Louis? Where would they go? They're not going up north. Where would they go? Anyway.
And in the sky right
guys,
now, I have a
thank
question.
you for this
I have an answer.
podcast. I discovered it last weekend, and it is my therapy. Damn it, I need it.
Good call, man. Good
All right.
call.
I have an answer.
All right.
So the NFL has come out and openly stated that they have enough support to have 3 new franchises and another one commute from the States to the UK or to Europe in general. And tell me that Carolina, with their famous tagline, is not the perfect franchise to go to England.
Oh, keep pounding.
I mean, we did make the Keep Pounding shirt when we went to England. It's a wonderful shirt.
I hate how right you are about this.
We're not moving the team.
It would take a
NFL
whole
has-
lot. He can't just decide he wants to do it and do it. So, yeah, it would take a lot. But
Well, when you have a fan base that isn't showing up like this, right? We do see that. There's only one thing that is going for us, and that is that he also owns the Charlotte MLS, Major League Soccer, right? So there is that aspect of it that would be holding him back from making that move. But he's already got his hand in soccer. Why would he not go to England?
Well, here is the one thing I would say is, who cares if people aren't showing up? They have PSLs, so the tickets are sold. It doesn't matter if there are people in the stadium. He's already made his money on the tickets. The only thing he's losing is concessions and stuff like that. I think, too, is that if you move your team right now after you buy it in a very healthy market and you move your team, you look like a coward. And would you? It'd be hard courting a new fan base with that type of reputation. I don't know. Would imagine that if they move this team or not, we're closing the podcast down.
Oh yeah, I'm not supporting. I would not support the Panthers if they moved from Charlotte.
Unless it was to Raleigh, just because it's closer for me.
If it was in the Carolinas, then I'm fine with that, right? Sucks for those people that live in Charlotte that have PSLs, but
yeah, it also sucks for CK who drove from Roanoke, Virginia there.
Right,
it's a long
well,
way. Man. If it was in Raleigh,
if
it was Raleigh, dude, man, I would tell you this: if they moved the team, first of all, we're becoming a Carolina Hurricanes podcast. Number one,
I'm down. Let's do it.
Number two is that if they moved the team to Raleigh, God, I would go. We would have to get a new post game set up because we'd have to do it at a bar right after the game because that's too easy of a drive for me.
Yeah, it's the same distance for me from Raleigh as it is to Charlotte, so it wouldn't matter to me either way. Like it's an hour and a half both ways.
4 hours, and that's like on the money if you don't stop. If you're flooring it, for me, it's a long drive. I don't see Carolina moving.
Yeah, too much would have to happen. Like I said, it's not
There's
something
too
you can
much
just
money
say.
in the area. It's not like you're in a dead city. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're in a city that's a dying city,
Right.
Where
And he just opened the soccer team there in the stadium. Like
that doesn't matter. Nobody cares about soccer.
Well,
but they do. Actually, a lot of people are into
I was gonna say,
it
it's
right
pretty
now,
popular from what I
and they're
understand,
very good actually in comparison to the Carolina Panthers. And a lot of things too is the other thing is some people have always brought this up is he fired the MLS coach 2 weeks into the season or something like that, and he still won't fire Matt
you wouldn't
Rhule.
get the same backlash.
we might need to write a thank you note to the San Francisco 49ers if tomorrow Matt Rhule is indeed fired.
It's going to be the best news ever. I'm off tomorrow. I'll totally podcast about that tomorrow.
I really, man, is
Columbus
that
Day.
it's gonna be an awkward conversation with Matt Rhule on Tuesday night, aka Dennis, the great Panther.
No, it'd be a perfect conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
it'd be a
right.
great
Actually,
show.
he'll say what went wrong. He said I have to go back and check the tape. My man, he has this great one. He went through and ordered a Happy Meal as Matt Rhule. You see this?
Adult Happy
Fez?
Meal. Yeah, the adult
And
Happy Meal.
they asked him what kind of sauce he wants. He said, "I'm gonna have to go back and check the menu."
That was
so
a great
funny.
one.
Next call.
Yo, what's up, guys? Good show as always.
Thank you very much.
However, why can't we just hire Arch Manning's high school coach? I think he would do better than Matt Rhule. That team's balling out, and they got a super complex type of offense. He's doing better than Ben McAdoo. But, hey, I agree with Noah. Dude's trash. Trash. I don't know when we're going to get anything started with Baker Mayfield. But, hey, man, I'm going to start to take back the stuff I said about Sam Darnold, too. I know that's sad. But I finally figured out about 6 o'clock that the Panthers are even on. I mean, I didn't even watch hardly. I watched about the last 8 minutes of trash football. I mean, the garbage men were doing a good job. The dudes hauling for peanuts and drinks are doing a good job. But I didn't see anybody else. Anyway, you guys keep it up. It's Scott from Winston-Salem. And keep pounding. Good show.
Scott, great call, man. We appreciate it. He said a high school coach could do better. Right now, I say Joey the blind Panther should be the coach. And he'll just be like, "Are you black?" I don't know. I can't see you, but I'd love to play sports with you. Oh, man, I'm still so tickled by people that got ruffled and kerfuffled by the blind guy saying he played sports with other blind people, which, by the way, is it wrong? I would love to watch that.
I don't know if it's more wrong for you to say it or more wrong for me to laugh at it.
Totally more entertaining. Like we are watching people act like they're blind but can see on the Carolina Panthers field. You saw DJ Moore hurt his wrist in that last catch. Here's the thing, man, this is what Baker does. Baker is a bum for 90% of the game, and then he just goes deep, and it's like right there. it could be there. It was like when we hit
Yes,
in the
flash.
simulation when they hit Christian McCaffrey at the end, and we all got like, "Oh, we're about to win." Nope. He hit Shy. He hit Shy Smith with a good bomb. He threw a couple to Robbie that were catchable.
He wears his heart on his sleeve, man, and I think he has the power to overcome like being down. But I think that he's going to get to a certain point where when a guy like that wears his heart on his sleeve, it works both ways. And you almost saw it a little bit in that press conference where he had that kind of smart ass answer back. And I don't mind the smart ass answer back because it was kind of a smart ass question, you know. But I think he's going to snap at some point in time.
I think he already. Well, yeah.
I thought like on the media or on like fans or something, he's going to snap.
I thought he did last week. Maybe this was a little. He's frustrated. And I tell you this is I'd rather have somebody that has a emotion than not.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, if you have no emotion at all, it means you don't give a shit.
Right.
Well, like if you're really upset, if he's really upset about this, at least I know he cares. I mean, I wish the amount that you cared went into like how well you played, but
this is why I defended Cam. Or I won't say defended. Yeah, I mean, but like, remember when everybody got mad at Cam in the Super Bowl press conference? And they asked, Dave Gettleman had a great answer about this. Like the next day, they were like, "What'd you think about this?" And he said, "That's the kind of player." It's like Dave Gettleman always said the right shit, did the wrong shit. But he said, "That's the kind of player I want. A dude that crawled into the locker room, sweated, cried, pain, hurt, tears." Imagine being at the highest possible stage. If Cam would have won the Super Bowl, he's a shoe-in for the Hall of Fame. Shoe-in. He might be right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the thing is one Lombardi, it's so hard to get.
And an MVP. One Lombardi and one MVP.
It's
and
like
a 15-1 season would definitely get you into the Hall of Fame.
And like I would be devastated.
Yeah.
I fucking cried when I struck out in Little League. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, you're like. I
think I cried after the Super Bowl loss. I mean, I wasn't even playing in it.
Yeah, I mean, and so look, I'd rather someone to get angry than to just take the check and move on. But at the same time, he does kind of need to read the room a little bit on this one. You're a big part of the problem, Baker. You're playing your worst. He needs to just come out and say, "I'm playing my worst football I've ever played. I'm so frustrated right now. I get mad at y'all's questions. I'm better than this. I believe I'm better than this." It's bad. It's bad.
Isn't that the biggest issue right now for me in most of our opinions? Like, Baker Mayfield is not taking accountability. Like, he's saying the things that make you think that he's taking accountability, but then he's kind of backtracking a little bit and even talking through his teeth. Like, he'll say one thing and then he'll come back and it's like everybody needs to improve, and then like in the same breath be like, but it starts from the top down. Like, I need to take accountability. I need to be better. But like he almost says it reluctantly.
You're right. You don't know if it's authentic, if it's half-hearted, if it's in frustration. It's kind of hard to get a read on what his real angle is. And I think this is what Browns fans told us. A lot of Browns fans said this. It's not that he's snippy. It's like that he is spoiled, bratty. I don't know. Right now, it's like I feel like this is it's. I would love. I wish he just was better.
Yeah, I wish it would have been the answer. It would have made things so much easier. If
it would have made this season exciting.
Yes.
It would have made it weird that we might have been wanting to keep Matt Rhule. But now we're all back to where we were just a couple months ago. Let's go to the next call.
Hey. You know who the fuck it is. Booyaka, booyaka, booyaka! It's G, baby. I don't want to say I told you so, but this is why I fucking said we needed to trade JC fucking Horn, because he's just a fucking broken foot away from being fucking injured again. And I continue to get fucking clowned.
we've dealt with a fucking broken foot before in Greg Olsen, and I've seen what it did to his fucking career. So every single time fucking JC Horn hits that fucking field, I have to pray to God that shit doesn't break again. And he's hobbled again, same fucking foot, and didn't come back into the game. And I don't knock on wood. It looks like a fucking broken foot again, bro. And this is why I said what I said. And I got clowned for it, man. Right now, it looks like we're sitting at the #1 spot for the draft pick, boys. And we already know we want a QB and whatnot. But I'm going to let you guys know when we're going to fire Rhule. And we're not going to fire him right now. It's going to take 4 to 5 more Thursday night football games. We play the Atlanta Falcons on Thursday night football on prime time is when the world will see, when we get our asses kicked by the Falcons, that we finally need to fire Rhule, man. You guys keep pounding, and goddamn, bro, were we in Santa Clara today? What the fuck is that? All the fucking it looked like the fucking Red Sea, bro. What the fuck is that, David Tepper? That is not okay, man. Baker Mayfield, you fucking bitch. Oh, now you hurt, bro. You a fucking sucker, nigga. You a fucking sucker-ass bitch, man. And tell your fucking girl, let me see if the cartel boss is behind me. Tell your bitch to go check her fucking DMs, nigga. Because I sent her something, bitch.
Jeez.
Wow. Yeah.
Good God. G-Baby brought the fire and then ended with a nuclear bomb. Look, going to Connor. I don't know if I should reference little baby Connor at this point after G-Baby's X-rated call and potentially illegal threats being made on that.
Maybe
he said, but Connor wanted to know, is there any updates on the injury? And why Big Jordan says it's not a foot. Jay Thomas says,
Horn?
Yeah, JC Horn, hip.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they said during the game, at least. But I did want to point out that he said in that call that week 11, when we play the Falcons, that's when we get exposed, is when Matt Rhule's going to be fired. Check the tape. I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, that's when I called it. I said week 11.
Yeah, nice.
So,
I'm fine. Like, why? I mean, like, just let him, let him take the heat. I almost feel like this is that firing him just is going to divert our attention momentarily.
I think firing him might give us the possibility of maybe if he doesn't win another game between, say he goes 6 more weeks and doesn't win a game and they fire him, that gives us the possibility of possibly winning. Like, I hate to say it, but it may be a morale boost to have him not out of there, a change of scenery.
Yes.
And we could win a game or two and it screws our draft position.
Right. So let's crash into rocks, baby.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just don't know. Like, it really feels like this is that, I mean, mathematically at 1-4, we're not eliminated, but we kind of are.
Yeah, I don't think historically anybody who started 1-4 has ever made the playoffs.
Really?
Check
Yeah, check that chat out. That stat out. Let's go to the next call.
Hey guys, this is Stove.
What's up, Stove?
What's up, everybody? I'm disappointed in the Panthers. First of all, I think C.J. Henderson is crap. Justin Burris is crap. Hartsfield, I think, played his heart out. It wasn't,
dude, sweeping the leg,
anything that could be prevented from him. Dante Jackson sucks. Why do we still have him? And guys,
he's nothing as bad as C.J. Henderson.
Baker Mayfield, are you serious?
Trash.
Come on, man. He's supposed to be this great quarterback that has never accomplished jack shit. All right, man. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Man, thanks for the call, Stove. We appreciate the support. The number's 252-228-5098. Having a great post-game show here. Look, a lot of people still, over 200 people here live. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Make sure you be a part of the show. You can check us out on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast at. We're there. And this post-game show is going to keep going until there's nobody here, number one. But we're going to keep going all season, bro. All season. And G-Baby, look, he brings that emotion at least, folks. And we're going to need that emotion. Maybe a little less on the DM threats, but more on the emotion part.
Right.
And has a 1-4 team ever made the playoffs?
3 times. 2004, the Green Bay Packers, 2002, the Titans, and 2002, the Jets. Packers started 1-4 and finished 10-6. Jets started 1-4 and finished 11-5, and the Jets finished 1-4 and finished 9-7. But that's the only 3 times it's ever happened.
That would be crazy. Crazy. All right, let's go to the next call.
What up, Panther family? The issue. I'm not surprised. I'm not mad. I'm actually happy for it today. It's a step closer to get rid of Rhule and G baby voice. Shout out to him. Pretty smart guy with the press conference. He avoids serious questions. He's breaking no sweat when it comes to questions about his job. I believe it. I mean, Tepper is head over heels for him. I'm just over it. I never thought as an organization we would go through this depression. Whether it's offense or the coaching or the owner. I've never seen no shit like this. I can't imagine how the Browns and Jets fans feel for them decades. This shit sucks. I don't understand how Tepper gave so much control to a guy that was unproven. It makes no fucking sense. I can't even understand how Scott feels. I mean, he took the job, so obviously he wanted to work here, but Rhule and that contract, he has control over everything, as if he's a fucking principal of a school. Fire sale at this point. I've been feeling this way. Shaq should have been gone. Should have been fucking gone. Offense needs work. Everything just needs to go. Christian, we have no identity on offense or defense. Christian has to go. I don't care what anyone says. Christian is an issue. Everything shouldn't be ran by no running back. A running back should not be a fucking franchise player. Or the face, matter of fact, the face of an offense.
That's debatable.
That's bullshit. I don't like it. He has to go. We have to find an identity. We have to let a lot of players go, whether it's through trade or just cut it. Till then, a new head coach won't fix anything.
Oh, that's not true. A new head coach will help. You're not going to get better until you cut the cancer out. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, we got to have radical surgery at some point. Is that just treating this with radiation is not enough? You got to pull out the tumor, then hit it with radiation. I agree with you, Greg, when it comes to the Christian McCaffrey talk. Is the problem is this, is an A-lister player at any position is not enough when your team can't win, regardless.
Right.
So you have the best receiver in the history of the world. You have the best pass rusher in the world. But if your offense can't score, then I don't care if you get 12 sacks a game. Like that doesn't, you know what I mean? And so their right is that basically Christian McCaffrey can't do it on his own and will be wasted. He's a great talent being wasted on a bad team. And I felt that way about Steve Smith for those few years after Jake Delhomme got hurt. I was just like, man, I wish Steve Smith would be on the Colts with Peyton Manning. I felt like, you know what? He would have been a first ballot. Mm-hmm. He would have been a first ballot. So Christian McCaffrey isn't a problem. He's not a problem. It's just he's not going to be enough to fix the problem. He actually was great today. If you look at it, like there's very few, like that's the thing is that you put in, I know that Cody always says that the running back's is easily replaceable. But if we look back at this team over the last couple of years, the offensive line was so bad that average running backs would have looked below average. Christian McCaffrey was above it. Like he always just gets a little bit more out of a play than other dudes would have.
He got enough passing yards and rushing yards today. If he did this every game, he'd have 1,000 and 1,000. I think you what needs actually almost. You need what needs 60 and 60 to get 1,000 and 1,000. Well, there's 17 games now actually, so it's probably lower. But he had 54 receiving yards, 54 rushing yards, and 50 receiving yards. I mean, that's 1,000 season almost. That's pretty damn good, and you should be able to win with that.
The problem is this: is you're never going. The quarterback is so essential that, and maybe you don't have to have a quarterback like Cody says, where they are like the most elite person on the planet. But the quarterback has to help you win.
Right?
They can't be an impediment. They can't be an impediment, and no matter what you surround them with, it's going to be a losing battle if they are an impediment. So let's go to the next call.
Man, I'm so fucking pissed off. Still, I can't believe this. We got fucking 49er fans trolling this page, and I'm just tired of this shit, man. Baker Mayfield is just a piece of shit, and we know why the Browns got rid of him. And I wish we could get better at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, until we are, this is the thing. I told everybody about this, and I know people thought I was overkill on my love for Cam Newton. They called me a Cam sexual, rightfully so. I would defend this dude like I was related to him. At one point, I used to say, I got to get out my Twitter sword and go fight for Cam Newton, because I know this is that despite his shortcomings at any point, we lived in a land where we had our quarterback. And now we're in that dark forest surrounded by orcs in a land without a quarterback. And it's so far away before we see the sunshine.
With Cam, I always felt like, even no matter how bad we were, I always felt like we can win this game.
Yeah.
Like there's a possibility we can win this game with Cam Newton, because if he's playing at 100%, we can win this game. You know, I haven't had that feeling in a long time.
It's a feeling I miss.
It's funny because like what we're calling for right now is a complete rebuild, like firing all the talent, getting everybody getting draft picks. It's exactly what Tepper did when he got here with the team that we had that was 2 years removed from a Super Bowl. I mean, it's exactly what he did. He got rid of all the talent. Think about it. Well,
we were old.
Kuechly left, you know, because
we were old. We were getting old. I actually thought that the problem was this is prematurely moving on from Teddy Bridgewater, honestly, is that I didn't agree with the cut Cam for Teddy. The problem actually was overpaying Teddy Bridgewater, signing him to a 1-year deal. That's what you should have done.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we always felt like we were much closer than we were. You know, so it was like, oh, well, if we just had somebody better than Teddy, we're going to be a playoff team. And it's, oh, if we just had somebody better than Sam Darnold, we'd be a playoff team. And we buy it each and every year. Like, we're not going to be good until we cut this cancer out. And the cancer is Matt Rhule and these bum-ass quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Got to cut the cancers out. Radical surgery. This might be the last call of the night, fellas.
Yeah, this is Anakin guy, man. Dude, my hopes are so fucking gone. This game, it gave me hope. At one point, I had hope. Just like last season, man. Last season, man, the first 2 plays, they gave you hope. They were like, yeah, we're going to get it. Same thing this time. I think it was like towards the end of the second, it started picking up, and I was like, yeah, I got some hope. And then they just crush it. They crush it like Scar crushing Mufasa. It was so fucking, oh my fucking God, why do they do this? Why? If you're going to lose, then lose. But don't freak my hopes up and be like, yeah, we got this. And then just demolish them, man. Fuck.
All right. Well, that's it. I thought there was one last hurrah to the call there. Tough day for Carolina Panther fans. Let's kind of just go back around the horn. The Carolina Panthers lost. What was the score? 30. I'll put it away in the 30s to something. 37-15. The Carolina Panthers fall to the San Francisco 49ers. A good team. Bad matchup for the Carolina Panthers. In fact, really not all that surprising of an outcome. They did go on the over. The defense let up more points. Some of that's kind of garbage points at the end. But, is that this was kind of that trouncing, that spanking that we were, I don't know, secretly hoping for. That's not the right word. I wanted this to be a win that we could build momentum on, but I thought that win was against the Saints, and then we were going to head into the Cardinals. Couldn't get there. We faced a better team. We got beat. We got beat, out-coached, and we got outplayed. And really, until we have a better solution at head coach, offensive coordinator, and quarterback, it doesn't matter about any of the other stuff. So I guess the end of the day is, when will Matt Rhule be fired? Not if, but when, as being reported by Pro Football Talk, a.k.a. Mike Florio. On top of that, what will be the next direction the Carolina Panthers go? And at what point do we start to maybe see the administration, Scott Fitterer, trying to make some deals that make him look valuable? Because I tell you this, if he doesn't start to do something that shows his worth, it's time to get rid of all of them. And I would not be afraid to throw the baby out with the bathwater when it comes to Scott Fitterer and just go. I really think the best thing you should do is get a GM and a coach together. Now, if we keep Scott Fitterer, I say this, we're going to give you full control over the hire. That's what I would do. I would say, look, I want to obviously okay it because I'm a bazillionaire, but I want you, the guy that runs the interviews, all of this. And as long as I don't just have some weird feeling about it, we're going with you. And Scott and this coach, if he works, you guys win together. If he loses, you're gone together. Or we're going to fire you both at the same time. Handcuff them into success and failure. And that's what we're going to have to do going forward. David Tepper, you're going to have to, I don't know, you're going to have to eat some humble pie here. And who gives a shit, man, about the money? You're a bazillionaire.
Right.
You're a bazillionaire. Matt Rhule, thank you, but no thank you. We're good on that. CK, final thoughts on the game. We're going to do our dab up and our Tally Shame picks in just a minute, but let's just kind of hit them with some general thoughts about where we are as a team or anything you want to talk about to close, kind of get towards the back end of this post-game show.
If give me my signal's cutting in and out. I think you were asking me to just give some general thoughts and stuff. So first, I'll address the Scott Fitterer, moving forward with him. A lot of people like the moves that, like what Scott Fitterer brings to the table. I'll have you guys think about all the moves that he's made and tell me what sounds positive. And I'm just going to look as, pretty basic. I'm not going to really think about the draft. I'm going to look at the trades that he's made and all that stuff. So year one, they trade for Sam Darnold and then pick up his fifth-year option, trading away a second-round pick. And then after going 3-0, they trade away what might be the best tight end that we've seen since Greg Olsen was playing well and Dan Arnold. And then we went downhill. And then they trade for, that was for C.J. Henderson, who's been largely a big part of why we have lost a lot of these games that we've lost over the past, for this year. And then you trade for Baker Mayfield. You trade Teddy Bridgewater away for peanuts. You still eat up his contract. You get Baker Mayfield. That's not working out. Chenault had a good one play, really. He's injured already, right? If you want to talk about what he's done for this team, it might be worth just cleaning house. I don't know that Fitterer has really put together a resume while being the GM of this organization that warrants him having a safe seat.
I agree 100%, CK. And the thing that has gotten me on Fitterer is that the first year he came in and he navigated that draft, trading back, accumulating picks, he gave them all away.
Yeah. Right.
You know, it's like, is that, I agree, is that, look, is that at the end of the day, is it seems like this, is that him, and I don't know who's to blame in this, but look, Deontay Foreman don't play. Bradley Bozeman don't play.
Higgins don't
Like,
play.
I mean, it's just like all the things that we kind of celebrated as successes we thought were good moves by Scott Fitterer just haven't translated to on-field success. And you could blame that on anybody. But right now, I don't think that I think this is that he is maybe being shielded a little bit in this because where our sights are on Matt Rhule. But I agree with you, CK, is like, what has he done that's been exceptional?
Right.
And he just got people excited that first year because he navigated around the draft and we thought it was all cool. And then he ended up trading for Matt Corral, and we're not even going to have him next year. I mean, we're going to have him.
That's not his fault, though. You can't blame him for that. That's not his fault.
But
Matt Corral will be playing right now.
Is,
might not have traded for him, though.
Right. Well, the part of it that I think that benefits Scott Fitterer is similar to the same thing that benefits the argument that Sam Darnold could be a good quarterback or Baker Mayfield could be a good quarterback, is he's also been handcuffed to this guy named Matt Rhule, who he's clearly not been able to develop players. And I think that they might be willing to give him another shot just based off of that and see what he's capable of doing. But my fear is by doing so, you lock us into another situation where we're just mediocre. And there's a concern there. I think personally, I believe that, again, I've given you my Cinderella situation, and that is we fire Matt Rhule, we draft CJ Stroud, we hire Ken Dorsey as our head coach, we hire Dan Morgan, we promote him to the GM, not just assistant GM, after getting rid of Scott Fitterer, and all is well in Carolina as we start to pursue trying to build this team around the pieces that we have. It's going to be heartbreaking this year, especially if we do, in fact, fire Matt Rhule. If we fire Matt Rhule, especially if it happens tomorrow, be prepared to see some of your favorite players in different uniforms before the end of the year.
Agree.
Oh, I agree. Yeah,
agree.
Well, we may have a super draft next year, so that's the only benefit to that. But yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, and I think Scott Fitterer will have to show his worth in moving and accumulating picks. If that's like you know what I'm saying, he hasn't proved himself either. Greg, final thoughts?
Tony, you described this earlier. You were looking for a word. I think the best word is bittersweet. Is what's going on right now with Carolina. Is if we lose, it sucks to lose, but it's just getting us closer to being done with this Matt Rhule regime.
Yeah,
I think that what CK was saying right there is correct. If Matt Rhule gets fired, that's the first salvo to blowing up the team, and after that, we're going to see a lot of players go. So if it happens tomorrow, I think there's a really good chance that we can go ahead and plan on losing every game the rest of the season, tanking. That's what they're going for. It's like a definite sign that's what they're going for. And honestly, with where they're at, I hate saying it because I don't like promoting for tanking, but I do like working for the next best position for us. And sometimes you got to take a step back to move forward. So this may be the best thing for us. We are a terrible team, last in almost every single statistic category there is in the NFL, other than defense. It's just not looking good, man. And it's time for change. It's time.
It didn't look good
fucking
last year either, you know. And I was an advocate of firing Matt Rhule after this past season, not because he maybe didn't, it wasn't reasonable to have another, chance for him in a sense. Like I understand, like the 3-year thing is that like don't prematurely throw the baby out with the bathwater. But last year we saw it was just such in disarray. It was disarray last year. And look, now there's a story floating around that there's communication problems between Rhule and Ben McAdoo.
No, of course.
Interesting.
It's a good way to pass blame off, you know?
Yeah, Ben McAdoo's probably trying to distance himself from this, but
Yeah.
he's part of the problem. They're all getting thrown out. Take him to the guillotine. My final thoughts are this: is first, I just want to thank everybody for we had a lot of monetary support for the show tonight. It was tremendous. Makes me feel great. Second is remember you can join the C3 Superfans Club. That's a good way of continuing to build this podcast and the foundation of this community. We were at 78 superfans just when I checked a couple of days ago. I'd love to see that number get to 100. I felt like that would be a cool milestone to achieve. We've been getting mad subscribers week in, week out because you guys know we're Panther fans and we're in this together. We're going to be it's therapy. We're in that therapy session. This is a dark day kind of thing. I've been on I don't know if it was an 8-game losing streak under Ron Rivera, and it just felt so long. It might have been 12. It was just so long. This has been a long haul of crappy football, or at least crappy outcomes at the end of the day. So it's been tough on us, you know. So we're going to have to lock arms. Panther fans unite. We're here on Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. live. We got cool Matt Rhule coming. Cool Matt Rhule, not the scrunchy face Matt Rhule that we don't like. On top of that, we've got the Friday free-for-all. We'll be bringing you continued content with the Madden simulations. They are bringing people in that from other fan bases, which is awesome. So we appreciate that support. Smash the thumbs up and subscribe. We got one last segment to go through, or kind of like a dual segment. What we need to do right now is we do, at the end of the post-game show, we do the towel of shame and the dab on them picks. Yeah. So you want here? I'm gonna go with. We'll start with dab on them. It's gonna be tough to find the dab on them.
Yeah.
But here we go. Let's see what we got.
I just like doing it, man. Dab on them folks. Dab on them folks. And that dab on them folks. They like seeing it. Tell me what to do. Dab on them folks.
The dab on them folks is our homage to our favorite quarterback, Cam Newton, where we pick a player a game, someone to dab on them. In dark times, sometimes we've even had to dip outside the Carolina Panthers. Does anybody have a bright spot here?
We have a kick returner.
Oh,
there you go.
Blackshear was it?
Blackshear, who fell down on the opening kickoff.
Yeah, and we'll call that the turf monster there. But man, he had back-to-back kickoff returns that got us to the 50-yard line that really set our offense up to be successful and actually get some points on the board when we needed the most. And he took out Robbie Gould. So the man produced. We haven't had that type of explosive kick returner since I don't know, Steve Smith, Ted Ginn maybe.
Yeah.
It's been nice to it was nice to see that in person. And after his first one, when we got up to the 50, and then we drove down the field and scored, I believe, on that one. The next time that there was a kickoff, I yelled to him. I said, "Get it to the 50 again!" And he did, and I loved it.
I got to ask the chat. The chat said I missed something. Tell me what I missed. I'm missing it. I'm trying to scroll back and see what I missed on something. Maybe it was a sourcing for something. Hope it wasn't a new member. Thanks for all your support, Greg. Do you have a dab on them pick?
This one's really, really hard. If I had to give it to one, I would say let's give it to Derek Brown.
Oh, thanks for taking mine.
Oh, okay. Well,
no, go for it. No,
okay.
Take it.
I said let's give it to Derek Brown because he did have a nice batted ball. Almost looked like he could have got a second interception. He's playing like the player we drafted him to in the last few weeks, and I'm very happy with the production I've seen from him. It's why he's one of the guys, if I was going to blow it up, that'd be one guy I kept. I think he's really, really coming into the guy that we drafted him to be. And they say it takes a few years for them to develop. It's been a few years. I hope he continues to play well.
Yeah, I don't really got one. Maybe Johnny Hecker, because he kicked that one badass punt.
He's our MVP, dude. He's the best player on the team. Like, he's the best player at his position on the team.
I think Brian Burns is playing some good football right now, so I'm okay with him. Other than that, I don't really got. Maybe I'll say this is I think our offensive line played pretty well against a very stout defensive front. And when I say
What was
pretty
the final
well,
sack line?
4 sacks, 0 batted balls.
I mean, I know that's no, it's not the greatest, but like there were times that Baker had time back there.
Yeah.
And you're just like, why is nobody open? Is he not pulling the trigger? We're going to have to go look at the coach's tape and stuff like that. I don't even really care that much. I mean, I do care that much.
2 of those sacks, I think, were that they were trying to go for the home run ball.
Right.
And Baker has no escapability.
And you know what? I'll give you another one as Christian McCaffrey can deserve a dab on him. He plays hard. He got a touchdown. And DJ Moore with that triple pirouette.
Yeah.
Nice. Like, how many times did he spin? Like, I think it was 720, not a 360.
That was the play that screwed Cody out of his fan page. Or not, was it you or Cody that had the?
No, it was Cody.
Yeah,
was
that
Cody.
was the play right there.
That was it. All right. So lots. It's kind of hard. This one might be a little bit easier. It's time to give the towel of shame, the wet blanket of death and despair and crushing of hopes. Somebody, and there's a lot to choose, is getting a towel of shame. I'm opening it up to Greg. I feel like he just picks the same person each week.
I mean, it's easy. The guy makes it easy for me every week. And like I said, I've been on this hill forever, and I've had so many people on this show tell me I'm crazy and this and that, and Dante Jackson's worse and this and that. And now, finally, tons of people are climbing my hill. CJ Henderson gets the towel of shame. This guy has single-handedly killed potential drives for us in every single game. He's given up 3 touchdowns in 4 of the games we played. Like, it's insane the way how terrible this guy is, and he continues to play. The announcer on the game today that was calling the broadcast even said, well, all the quarterback's got to do is look to whoever CJ Henderson's covering, and he can throw it to him. Like, the announcer said that, and I was like, yeah, you're right. And he wears those stupid white sleeves while he's playing, so it's so easy to identify where he's at. Like, it's like, pick me out of the crowd. Like, this guy is garbage. I've said it since day one. CJ Henderson gets the towel of shame.
Mayamatu Musashi says this beach towel size towel of shame for Rhule. I've got one of these beach towels that's like a double beach towel. Like, it's like a square. It's like for multiple people. That's the beach towel he's talking about for Matt Rhule. My towel of shame goes on Baker Bumfield. This guy, man. God, I got fooled. And a fooled man certainly gets fooled again because I was a fool twice. I got excited that Baker could inject some life into this team, and all he did was pee on my leg and not tell me it was raining. Just peed on my leg. So to you, Baker Bumfield, you get the towel of shame. CK, who are you toweling up?
So in honor of this potentially being the last chance that I have to give him the towel of shame, I've got to give it to Matt Rhule. Matt Rhule has single-handedly destroyed the fanhood of the Carolina Panthers in literally 2.5 seasons. He has made the Panthers the laughing stock of the entire NFL. He's taken players that look like they should have been superstars and turned them into mediocre camp bodies, if you will. Matt Rhule, you get my towel of shame potentially for the last time ever.
Oh. That's kind of disappointing, actually.
Yeah, it sucks.
We'll give it to him even when he's not here.
A 2-bit nothing. But don't you ever come back here again, because I'm too old to waste my time trying to train a no-good loser like you bum.
Those guys are a bunch of bums.
Like a bunch of bums out here.
Bunch of bums out here.
Bums out here.
Good God. But you know who's not bums? All of these beautiful people that are in the chat room still. From blind liberals who play. Joey the Blind. I'm still giggling about that shit, man. Love it. Joey the Blind Panther and his wonderful growl, not a bum. Mayamato Musashi, not a bum. Mike Gee, not a bum. Action Jackson, not a bum. Steph E. Michael Davis, not a bum. You see these people that donated. My bastard son is not even a bum. And White Chocolate Espresso. All of y'all have helped me get through this tough time. Again, these are the times that try men's souls. And we will not be summer soldiers. We are winter soldiers. And boy, it will make those days that much more gratifying when we're there. We've weathered this storm together. Rare Gamer, he's right. You know who a bum is? Matt Rhule. Ice up. You're right. Look, this is the C3 Panthers postgame show, and it has been so therapeutic for me because I get to hang out with my best friends. I get to hang out with these wonderful Panther fans in the chat. Engage with these people on Twitter at @cat_chronicles. And go even, one thing I've been getting some solace out of is checking out the Geeks Chasing Squirrels Through the Multiverse podcast after the Friday free-for-all, where we get to go on and talk about House of the Dragon, which is on right now. Go talk about the Superior Show and Rings of Power. Also, wonder about what it would be to date She-Hulk on a dating app. How bizarre would that? Is there a dating
probably
app
get laid.
for superheroes?
Just saying.
Ooh,
you probably get laid.
Probably get.
She-Hulk.
It's like being a Panthers fan. You got F today. Anyway, all of that's been great, and it's because I'm with you guys. CK on the ride home. Long day. Not the happiest of days, but you're, I would say, in decent spirits today.
Well, I mean, we expected this.
Exactly.
And,
He's numb to it. Yeah.
We expected this, and there was a lot. When I pulled into Charlotte, I could already tell you, just based on the amount of people walking down the street in the parking lots, that it was going to be overwhelmingly in favor of 49ers faithful. There was no home field advantage for the Panthers today. It was almost laughable how little home field there was. So this was an expectation. And I told people, I said, listen, there's one thing that's positive when you have a team as bad as the Panthers, is when you lose, it doesn't hurt as much as it would if you thought you were good.
Right. You're right.
And
we're kind of past that point.
Yeah, it's similar to the feeling of when 2015, when we were undefeated and we finally got that loss to Atlanta. It sucked, but a lot of us exhaled a little bit. We were like, okay, that's out of the way. So you kind of have that same feeling in a lost season. And hey, you didn't expect it to be 5 weeks in that we were going to be saying it was a lost season, but it certainly feels that way.
Totally. If you want to check out good conversation about Andor, you need to go onto YouTube and check out Geeks Chasing Squirrels Through the Multiverse. You can just put in Geeks Chasing Squirrels and it'll come up. Great podcast about all things, I would say entertainment almost.
Thanks, man.
Beyond just Marvel and, those are the heavy hitters. You're going to talk about like House of the Dragon, which is that's kind of dipping into the adult arena of stuff. But you guys do Marvel, you do Lord of the Rings, but Andor is a show that I've been checking out and interested in, and I enjoyed y'all's conversation and commentary on it on Friday night.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Actually, we did Saturday this week, but normally
that's right. It was
Fridays.
Saturday.
Yeah.
I felt like it was closer than I was like, I just was doing this last night.
Oh yeah. I mean, life gets in the way. We have to push spots.
I
got you.
But yeah, better to push it back a day than to miss.
That's right. But yeah, you're right. We covered a little bit of everything, man. Basically, as long as it's not like a drama, we'll cover it. It's got action, sci-fi, kind of fantasy, anything in there. It's a lot of heavy hitters, a lot of popular stuff. But yeah, we stick to DC, Marvel, Image Comics, all kinds of stuff like that. We also have guests on, new creators coming on with their Kickstarters. It's pretty fun. So if you want to check out new creator stuff, it's awesome.
Greg, do you still have my man's book that he wrote down last week? Do you have that written handy? Remember the guy that called in and said he audio did the book? Do you remember that? I cannot remember. I want to plug that too.
I looked it up on Audible and I couldn't find it. I didn't think. Or actually, let me.
I have to look for that. But
yeah,
anyway,
that too, yeah.
y'all support these guys. Cadizzle Allen's putting out. He's the best damn Call of Duty shooter in the world.
Yeah,
I've been playing that game a little bit, CK. So we're gonna get on that some. I play during the Friday free for all while they talk. That's my new thing. And so. But hey, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be pushing out a ton of content. Go check out our shorts right now that have been putting out. I've been trying to get hipper and put out some short form content that's a little fun. Love y'all's support there, but you know how to support us. Be a friend, tell a friend, smash the thumbs up button, and just come back on Tuesday night. We're out here on these streets. We're here together, folks. Pull up on the couch, therapy. Rest of the season, we're looking ahead, not backwards now. My name's Tony Dunn. It's the C3 Panthers podcast. It's the post-game show. Bittersweet, like Greg said, but really kind of a realization thing that is happening for us. This is the life we live. No summer soldiers here. Winter soldiers only. We'll check you guys out Tuesday night. Until then, keep pounding.